Is a presentation of Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit are set to take the ice. But first, get all the game day information you need. It's time for Countdown to Face-Off on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, WSGW.
Well, another weekend of hockey rolls on here in the Ontario Hockey League and in Saginaw, Michigan, and with it, a familiar opponent comes to town. It's the only visit on the season for the Owen Sound Attack here to Saginaw. The Spirit hope it goes the same way that their last meeting went. The Owen Sound Attack, the second-ranked team in the Western Conference here tonight. Welcome you up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Hi, everybody. My name's Dylan Clark. We'll be joined by Brad Walsh here in a little bit. For Saginaw, the good feelings have finally made their way back home. They picked up their third win of the season, first from the Dow Event Center last night in a win against the Erie Otters, and not a moment too soon because it is a tall order here tonight. The Owen Sound Attack, the second-ranked team in the Ontario Hockey League's West Division, and they're in the midst of a rare moment here, at least to start the season. We look at the head-to-head matchup here between these two teams. Just the second time that Owen Sound has lost consecutive games this year. 4-3, the loss to the Windsor Spitfires last night at WFCU Center. So Owen Sound in a bit of unfamiliar territory, again, losing back-to-back contests. And the last time these two teams played, it was a 7-5 win for the Saginaw Spirit up at the Bay Shore back at the beginning of the month. So some good history going into this game between these two teams. And Saginaw, again, would like to keep the good feelings rolling after a victory last night over the Erie Otters. On the Owen Sound side of things, we mentioned that game back at the beginning of October, and Nicholas Sikora found the back of the net against the Spirit. He's going to be a player to watch in this game for Owen Sound if they want to get back in the win column. Sikora, at this point in the season, 8 goals in 13 contests, and that game he found the back of the net against the Spirit. It started a 5-game goal-scoring streak. He ended up scoring 6 times in that span. 2 assists against the Windsor Spitfires last night. He was a W-ranked prospect on NHL Central Scouting's list that came out just at the beginning of the year. Nicholas Sikora, third-round selection by the Owen Sound Attack in 2025's OHL priority selection. He'll be back in action here tonight against Saginaw. And on the Spirit side of things, Carson Harmer snapped what had been a career-high 7-game point drought. He picked up an assist against the Flint Firebirds on Sunday, where they got back into the back of the net yesterday against the Erie Otters. Scored his second goal of the season, was 4 for 6 from the face-off circle. A big part of the reason why Saginaw got the 2 points on home ice. Again, just their first home win of the season last night against the Erie Otters. Harmer, no stranger to scoring. 50 points in his rookie season last year. Won a GOJHL rookie scoring title a couple of years ago. Good to see him back in the lineup or back in the scoring column. Carson Harmer to lead the way for Saginaw here tonight. We'll take a break. We'll talk with Spirit head coach Chris Lazary coming up on Coach's Corner about getting back in that win column and the habits that led to the victory. Back with Chris Lazary after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly. So we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner on this Saturday night as the Spirit back home taking on the Owen Sound Attack, joined once again by Spirit head coach Chris Lasry. And Coach, a victory over the Erie Otters in last night's game. Just how much of a lift does that give your group, and what was the biggest key to success in that contest?
Well, goaltending was really good when we needed to be there in the third, and I'm just happy for the guys. Like, they've been working really hard for them to get a victory. I mean, we don't want to talk about the previous game, but for them to experience a win and have that feeling in the dressing room, and they've been working so hard and grinding so hard. I was just happy to watch them in the moment enjoy it.
A lot of physicality early in that game. Is it safe to say that's maybe one of the more physical games your group has been through this year, and how do you felt they responded?
Yeah, no, I thought we did well. I think as the league goes on, as the season gets in kind of that 20-plus game mark, like, it really picks up physicality. Guys are settling in. We don't have a nervous group in terms of that at all. We can bang, we can crash, we can make plays. We play hard, we practice hard. Like, I was happy with our guys just digging in and trying to be a hard team to play against.
You guys won 42 out of 60 face-offs last night, 70%. Is that something you've seen before? And I mean, is that sometimes a little bit of luck, or is that skill in the face-off, Doc?
No, I think our guys put the effort in, like Jervy and the boys. Like, I know Mac drops a lot of pucks for him after practice, and those guys grind it out and they challenge each other, and they're competitive after practice every single day. So they put the time in, they work on things, they talk about things, and they know how important draws are. I'd like to see them get a little bit better on special teams, but overall, like, face-off wise, for us, it's like a loose puck battle. We want to win it, and I like the mentality the guys are going in with.
Ryan Hanrahan gets his first OHL goal last night. As his season has gone along, we talked a lot about the work that he's put in. How good was it to see that first one go in for him?
Yeah, I like the Sally after the head shaking the tongue out, but it's good. He's been working hard. He's had a lot of chances. He's been really, I mean, obviously he was named to the U17 team. We think he's one of the better, 16-year-old players in the league, and plays big minutes for us, and you wouldn't know he's an underage player. He's 15 still. Like, that's the crazy part is Mike was an exceptional status player. Like, when Hanny came in the league, he was only 2 months older than Mike. Like, that's wild when you put it in that frame, but he's doing well. Love the kid. He's a great kid to deal with on and off the ice. Doesn't say boo, just works, loves hockey, and those are the guys you want to work with.
We saw a lot of Blake Barnes last night in that game against the Otters. Where is he right now in terms of finding that stability on the back end?
I thought he was sick last night. Like, some of his ozone, like the stuff that we kind of expected out of him, I thought we saw in his game last night. Some of the patience at the line, the creativity at the line, better breakout touches, was good in transition, played hard, defended hard. Like, really, it's just like a confidence game for him. And now his challenge, young guy, like, do it again. Do it a second game in a row against a good team, and we know he will, but we need him to play that way. We're expecting him to play that way when we built this team this year.
And you find an Owen Sound team that's up towards the top of the standings right now, right at the top in terms of their power play efficiency, up above 30%. When you look at what this team can do on the special teams, how do you prepare your group for that matchup?
Yeah, we think we're pretty good on special teams as well. Like, they obviously Owen Sound got off to a hot start, but they are good. They're well coached. It's just about us, like, getting in our structure, getting organized, and doing what we want to do on each side of the puck in those situations. And if we do that, we'll be fine.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's Chris Lasry, Saginaw, taking on the Owen Sound Attack on this Saturday night. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life, where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
We're Duralast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Duralast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Duralast, the world's best roof.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Here we take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University, your community-engaged university here in the Great Lakes Bay region. The Owen Sound Attack start with their second line. Mason Ray on the left side, Jake Crawford at center, Harry Nancy, the Toronto Maple Leafs fifth rounder on the right side, Noah Robertson, Braden Rogers on the back end, Trenton Bennett in goal. And for the Spirit, they go with a line that was very productive for them last night against the Erie Otters. Sebastian Gervais, Carson Harmer, and Jacob Kluche up front, Graydon Jones and James Go on the back end. It'll be Stepan Shurigan again between the pipes. We'll get into the goaltending matchup a little bit later. Your starting lineups for tonight's game brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University. And you may have seen the specialty warm-up jerseys by Saginaw during our Players to Watch feature. It is Spirit Warriors Veteran Night inside the building. We'll take you a little bit more inside the Spirit Warriors Disabled Veteran Hockey Program. We'll talk to one of the players during the first intermission, but we've got one more break for you. We'll come back. National anthems and puck drops, Saginaw and Owen Sound. We're back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers. Kluche scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Zilkin. It'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Zilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer!
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
Star-spangled
Melody Litsky with the national anthem here inside the Dow Event Center on this Saturday night as the Saginaw Spirit prepare to take on the Owen Sound Attack. 13th game of the year for Saginaw. One and only visit for Owen Sound here in this building this year. Take a look at our starting goaltenders, brought to you by NetSource One, the official technology provider of the Saginaw Spirit. Carter George has been goaltender Owen Sound for the last couple of years, but not tonight. It'll be Trenton Bennett. Saginaw will see the other NHL drafted goaltender on Owen Sound's roster for the first and only time this year. 6'8", third-round pick of the New Jersey Devils back in 2025. The Kitchener native was a 14th-round pick by the Attack because his college path was headed a different way prior to the rule change. 34 out of 37. Those are the saves he made against the Guelph Storm in his most recent appearance, a victory over the Storm back on October the 17th. Bennett, 4-0 on the year. Pretty sharp-looking numbers for the netminder out of Kitchener. It's his net tonight. Back at the other end, a more familiar goaltender. Stepan Shurigan makes his 9th consecutive start. Put together his strongest body of work last night when his team needed him the most. 31 saves on 34 shots against the Erie Otters. You heard Chris Lazary singing his praises in the pregame. 623 minutes in the blue crease. Nobody's played more in the OHL this year. Picked up his 3rd win last night against the Erie Otters. It is Stepan Shurigan's net for the 9th consecutive time here tonight. Your officials brought to you by WNEM TV5. Blake Beer and Mac Nickel, the referees. It'll be Riley Brass and Joseph Erickson working the lines. Dylan Clark alongside Brad Walsh. And Walshy, winning can cure a lot of things. The feelings inside the Dow Event Center, a lot more positive. But the thing of it is, you got to keep that going. They got to turn one win into two and so on and so forth. So this game just as important as last night, if not more so.
Very important. You want to string together a couple wins and there's more hockey to be played this weekend, so try to build on what happened last night.
Again, the Spirit will see the Windsor Spitfires tomorrow, whom the Attack saw last night in a shootout loss. Again, just the second time that Owen Sound has lost consecutive games this year. 9 wins on the season, second best in the Western Conference. Our Delta College opening faceoff has us underway here between Owen Sound and Saginaw. Rogers taps this back up to Crawford. It's off the right skate of Graydon Jones. Crawford back in front of the Spirit bench. This is chopped back in and around behind Stepan Shurigan. In behind the net. Jacob Kluche beaten to that puck by Jake Crawford. Rin back around Nancy. Shoulder to shoulder there with Graydon Jones. Carson Harmer taps it back around. Looking for Kluche. This one chopped back up and over the blue line out to center. Ray on this for Owen Sound. Given back over to Braden Rogers. Then it's ramped back in off the stick of Crawford. Line change coming here for the Owen Sound Attack. Pass for Sebastian Gervais was inadvertently intercepted there by Graydon Jones. And Saginaw guilty of its first icing here, 45 seconds into this first period. Again, the Spirit with that win last night. Sebastian Gervais, a big part of it. He went 19 for 25 from the faceoff circle. He starts out on the left wing here tonight. He's going to take this face-off in the defensive zone. Just shy of 63% on the season. He is as flexible and reliable as a player as the Spirit have in their group of forwards this year, the overager out of Windsor, Ontario. Elliot Arnett gloves this down. This is the captain, Bedkowski, in for the attack. Wheeled around by Graydon Jones off the wall. Igor Barabanov's going to hop all over this one. Take a man to the net. A good save there by Bennett. How about a welcome to the hockey game there? You got Saginaw's second leading scorer in on a partial breakaway. And here's Cole Zarowski. A shot that ramps up a stick and into the netting out of play. 18:52 to go in this first period. We get the first look at Barabanov, Zhilkin, and Klepov here on the ice for Saginaw. Walter, we talk about these guys all the time. They had a pretty good night last time Saginaw and Owen Sound came together. Igor Barabanov, 2 goals and an assist. How about a 5-point night for Nikita Klepov and the things that he's been able to do to start this year? Shot by Rogers, blocked on its way through by Barabanov. Up and off the stick of Dima Zhilkin. He's going to get this back and throw it cross ice on the backhand. Chased after by Klepov in the corner. Spun around. Barabanov is there up to Harper. This one off the stick of Max DeLille. Knocked aside by Rogers before it could get to the Owen Sound net. This is Barabanov. Trying to slip it into the circle for Zhilkin. Michael Deck will take over for Owen Sound and send it the length of the ice. Look out. A hot rebound off the boards and a save for Stepan Shurigan off a pretty nifty play. Nicholas Sikora pouncing on that puck as it came off the wall. 18:20 to go. D-zone face-off, and the first shots that either one of these goaltenders have seen, boy, real prime scoring chances.
Yeah, I mean, what a play by Owen Sound. I mean, you don't often expect that beating out the icing, but it's a set play and keeps defensemen on their toes.
Talked about what Nicholas Sikora was able to do. A 5-game goal scoring streak started against Saginaw earlier this month. One in addition, he's been to this lineup as a chance. Snapped wide from the left wing circle off the stick of Lenny Greenberg. Deflects up and out of play. We'll drop this puck again. Greenberg, one of 2 standout defenders. They're on the ice together. Greenberg and John Banks came over. They spent last year, or at least most of last year, in the BCHL. Banks right now, third among OHL Blue Liners in scoring, as he's going to let a shot go that goes off the skate of Nick Sema. Back in behind the net it goes. Blake Barnes. Couple of checks there for Noah Nelson, who rides up the near wall. Greenberg spins it over for John Banks. Greenberg again. Point shot into traffic off Shurigan. Maybe somebody else in front. It rolls to the boards. Backhanded towards the point. A long shot on and off the glove of Shurigan. He made that save with his stick facing the wrong way. Thought something looked a little bit off. This puck back out at center, and it's Nick Sema. Can't get around Jackman. Pass is cut off by Ryan Hanrahan. 24 hours removed from his first goal in the Ontario Hockey League. And Sema in on the forecheck and then back to the bench. He picked up the primary assist. 2.5 gone in the first period. Couple of prime scoring opportunities so far. This is Jake Crawford in with speed. No more puck, though, as he's shouldered aside by Sebastian Gervais. Pass off the boards for Nancy. Back to Bedkowski. Hits the line and guides it into the circle. Drop pass was looking there for Mason Ray. Taken, though, by Brody Papoy on the Saginaw counterattack. Into the skates of the linesman, but back in behind the Owen Sound goal now. Elliot Arnett closes off Sebastian Gervais. The attack will guide things back out and down. And it goes for an icing here as Graydon Jones gets back to it ahead of Nancy. 16:45 to go in this first period. A little longer conversation between Sebastian Gervais and Will Nickel, the referee. Faceoff comes all the way back down to our left. And the Klepov line back out again. Spirit trying for consecutive victories for what would be the first time this season. And a challenging postseason run last year. So that means this would be consecutive wins for Saginaw. They're looking for the first time since March 5th and 6th of last year. Part of a string of 4 straight wins. Little bumpy ride towards the end. There's a shot off the goalpost from Barabanov. That got in behind the goaltender, Trenton Bennett. A little luck to start. Here's Ray on a turning puck back in for Owen Sound. No more stick for Igor Barabanov. Crawford. This one taken away by Saginaw and Zhilkin. And some help from Harry Nancy. Puck back in Owen Sound care. Glances off of Barabanov, and then it's back for Noah Roberts. To Rogers. Up the near side. Can't be angled in with possession by Crawford. So the puck stays in the neutral zone for a little while longer. Just about 4 minutes gone here in the first period. Seen some high-quality scoring chances, some great saves, and one goal post so far. Puck ripped around by James Go. Knocked down by Carson Harmer. Can't hang on to it. Cole Zarowski lost it to Harmer. Giving up to Gervais. Over the line, the drop pass behind his own back. Harmer throws it in front. Glances off the defenseman and the goaltender, Bennett. This one is cleared up and out. And the bouncer will be caught up to by Saginaw's Jones. 2 red sweaters all over him. The puck knocked down by Gervais. 272nd game in the Ontario Hockey League. Only Cole Koski to beat on the all-time list at 302. Here comes Carson Harmer. Spun back on through. Gervais in the slot. Nice move, but a bouncing puck wouldn't lay down for him. Here's Bowie up to Zarowski. This one flipped up high. It's into the equipment of Xander Valeris. Backhanded pass around is there for Levi Harper. Left something important behind, though. Here's DeLille. The elder brother, Tristan, back in behind the offensive goal now. Pass partially cut off by Cloutier. Banks shifting. Sharp angle try. Fought off by Shurigan. Gervais got to navigate the backside of the Spirit net. Greenberg from a flat angle throws it back through the goal mouth and out the other side. This is Sikora. Up at the top of the zone. Sikora faked the drop off. Just inside the line. Uses the wall to get past Levi Harper. Sikora back up to John Banks. Now in a backhanded pass over to Greenberg. Guided back down on and off the tape of Zarowski. Closed off there by Xander Valeris. And Jacob Cloutier's in a little bit of trouble, but he does get things back out for a line change that will not stick as the Spirit are guilty of icing. 14:31 to go in the first, and we see maybe here our first instance of Owen Sound wearing you down shift after shift. It's a lot of time in the Spirit end right now.
Yeah, a couple white sweaters leaned over. It's a long shift, and Cloutier was trying to do the right thing. A nice soft dump, but he's just too strong of a kid.
And they will have to get Josh Glavin back to the bench. Levi Harper and Xander Valeris come back out. 7 defensemen, 11 forwards. Pretty much the same lineup here for Saginaw tonight as we got to redrop this puck. Same lineup that we saw last night against the Erie Otters. No Brody Najim, no Trevor Thoyer. Still waiting on the season debuts. Look out as that puck just barely kissed the glass. Little luck there for Xander Valeris. That could have been a tough go early. Still waiting on the season debuts of Drew Roscoe and Uri Rauja, Saginaw's third-round selection in this year's import draft. You see his en route from Slovakia, pending U.S. immigration approval, of course, and a crucial D-zone face-off win for the Spirit. As Nick Sema battles his way through around and off of Elliot Arnett, and this is Miroslav Shatan putting it back down underneath for Sema. Couple of stick whacks. Sema back up to the top of the zone. Running out of room. He's got 3 red sweaters on him and a laid offside. That could have gone back the other way in a hurry. The attack, see Bedkowski back over to Elliot Arnett. Fired in from center red. Michael Deck gets ready for the check from Nick Sema. Bedkowski from the point off Sema in wide, and that'll be paddled down and covered by the netminder Stepan Shurigan. 13:52 to go in the first period. Handful of scoring chances, no goals yet here between Saginaw and Owen Sound. We're back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, garberhyundai.com.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Back inside the Dow event center. No score between the Owen Sound attack and the Saginaw Spirit. And it is Spirit Warriors Veteran Night here inside the Dow event center. The Spirit Warriors, a local group of disabled veterans, getting the guys and girls back on the ice together. We'll sit and talk with Mark Cloha, one of the Spirit Warriors players, coming up during the first intermission. Always exciting to have those folks in the building. As we got a stop in front there by Stepan Shurigan. And obviously, tip of the cap and thank you to all that those fine men and women have done. 13:46 to go here in this first period. And Stepan Shurigan getting the crease crashed a little bit. Able to stay strong. And again, we talked on it at the top of the broadcast. Nobody's played more between the pipes than Shurigan has this year. And the adaptation from the Russian Junior League coming over here to the OHL, it has been a consistent process, getting better and better as time goes on. The athletic gifts on display. Puck out of the corner now for the attack. Up at the point, John Banks drops it off. This is Greenberg. Away from Satan and a spinning shot. Shurigan run into there. Here's Bowie getting involved. Knocking shoulders there with Josh Glavin, who's got to be careful of the stick positioning right now. Bowie tries to spin off of him. Ends up in the boards for the moment. 4 Spirit sweaters for a split second down below the goal line. As Miroslav Satan tries to carry this one back out, gets a stick under the hands and pokes things back into the attack end. Stretch pass. Picked up by Zorowski here for the attack. Cross ice. Deflected by Igor Barabanov. Lenny Greenberg now. On it with Barabanov right in front of him. This is Jackman. Just inside the line. Drops it back. And offside as Easton Mikas touches that one up. Down to 12:48 to go here in the first. Walshy, it was a little bit more physical this time last night between Saginaw and Erie. But we see Pierce Bowie and Josh Glavin getting things into the mix a little bit more here to get things going.
Yeah, polar opposites. Not as physical tonight, but hockey can be played a multitude of different ways, and definitely the effort's there.
Roberts to Rogers off the draw. Shurigan out to play it. Gave it right away. This is Ray trying to put it in front. Cut off there by Saginaw's Zhilkin. Puck pulled off the wall by Nancy, then up to the point. Braden Rogers now. Shot off the shin guards of Barabanov. Back out, it'll be picked up here by Noah Roberts. Early shot advantage, 5-1 in favor of the visitors. Shots on goal brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. And Dima Zhilkin will try to shut down Noah Roberts at the Spirit blue line. James Go now to pick this up with Crawford on him. And Nancy there to seal off the wall. One of 4 NHL drafted players on this Owen Sound roster. Only 3 in the lineup here today. As Carter George, a healthy scratch. Long point shot from Rogers. Sticked and held by Stepan Shurigan. 11:55 to go in the first. And it speaks to the goaltending depth when you can take your second-round NHL drafted goaltender and stick him up in the seats. Matthew Kaprowski on NHL Central Scouting's watch list. And again, we talked about Trenton Bennett, third-round pick for the New Jersey Devils this past summer. No one else in to take the draw against Saginaw's Hanrahan. A little help from Liam Storch to tap it back. Levi Harper up for Popoy. Guided off the board. Storch gets there. Taps the brakes against Elliot Arnett. Back in front for Hanrahan. Then the drop off to the left point. Valaire sweeps it over. Little trouble for Levi Harper. Content to just chop this underneath for Popoy. Liam Storch battling through contact. It's drilled there into the boards by Elliot Arnett. Here comes Noah Nelson. The attack back in. Storch rejoins the play. Nelson hit by Valaris. This is Jackman now. Hanrahan, a little shot for him. Back up at the point, near side. Bedkowski through traffic, saved by Shurigan. And he hangs on with Nelson in front. And intentions looked like they were going to flare for a second. We won't see it. 11:18 to go in the first. Still a scoreless game. And we'll see if we've seen anything through this first 9 or so minutes. There is somebody with a skate, a hand, a shoulder, right in front of Stepan Shurigan every time there's a puck that comes his way. They're not making life easy for him.
Yeah, Owen Sound, they're definitely using their points. They're active. Their defensemen are kind of creating the offense, being the quarterbacks, and plenty of traffic in front.
Greenberg can't get this past Carson Harmer. Jacob Kluche hops all over it. Down the left side, he cuts in against Banks. Sends it over. Shot by Barnes. That one just fought off by the blocker at Trenton Bennett. Back up ice. Sikora can't pull this off. Gervais. Kluche's got it. Back for Barnes. Cuts in down the right side and throws it back past Banks. Greenberg locks up there with Gervais. Jacob Kluche on it. Up to the point, Barch. To Barnes. Takes a long shot. Saved by Bennett. The rebound is there. Taken away, though, by Carson Harmer. Nicholas Sikora here for the attack. Just twists this onto the penalty box side. Barch back in off the glass. Wheeled back around by John Banks. Stick there by Kluche. Heavy shoulder check by Max DeLille. Dropped off in the corner. Banks again here for the attack. He skates it up. Put that one right off Carson Harmer. Will stall the breakout, but not shut it down entirely. Greenberg down the wing. Nick Sema takes a piece out of him. James Go guides this there for Graydon Jones. Pass up looking for Hanrahan. Can't find him. Tristan DeLille. This one stolen by Saginaw. Sema lowers the shoulder. Gets inside on Bedkowski. Sema down to the goal line. Elliot Arnett cuts him off. Back up to the point. Jones walks. Slides for Go. Shot tipped on its way and deflected to the corner by Pierce Bowie. The attack come back the other direction. Tristan DeLille. Points in each of the 13 games he's played here this year. For Owen Sound. Third in the OHL in points with 19 coming into this game. Back out to the neutral zone. This puck goes, and it's Elliot Arnett to pick things up. This one ramped back in by Pierce Bowie. Graydon Jones, look out, that puck rolled up on him. Gets it back, though, after the forecheck of Kolzarowski. Jones up, Klepov in stride. Lost the puck. Picked up by James Go, and this one will be taken away, though, by Noah Roberts. Floater back out at center. Go has Ray on him. Skate to stick. The danger is not gone, though. Ray and DeLille waiting as now Klepov tries to cut off the wall. Xander Valeris has Nancy on him and a steal. Taken by Ray, guided towards the net. Off the paddle there of Stepan Shurigan. Wasn't exactly sure what he wanted to do with it. Barabanov, the cross-corner dump in here for the Spirit. Roberts can't get his stick lifted there by Zhilkin. Three attack players down low. The puck somewhere underneath one of them. Taken by Barabanov here for Saginaw. Up to Levi Harper. The attack pressuring the points right now. Barabanov walking over, knocked off the puck by Ray, and a penalty coming. 8:32 to go in the first. Hooking the call. And the first entry onto the score sheet tonight's a penalty. Saginaw's first IBW Local 557 power play.
Yeah, that's when Saginaw's at their best, when they're wheeling and dealing in the offensive zone. So far this game, it's all been north-south kind of chances, but once they get the cycle working, they're going to draw some penalties.
Saginaw 2 for 3 in the man advantage against Erie last night. They are 7th in the OHL at 21%. And the attack penalty kill, middle of the pack at 9th. Elliot Arnett will start out with a clear. And the goaltender, Shurigan. Drop there for Levi Harper. Drop pass to Barabanov. Quickly move to Zhilkin. Then over Klepov. Back looking for Zhilkin. Shunts that one wide, and this is Gervais on the boards. Back to Levi Harper. Off a body. Harper gets it back. Has to settle the bouncer. Harper into this middle right there for Barabanov. Can't get a shot to go or a pass option. So it's Harper back at his own end. Zhilkin back up. Given over. Intercepted by DeLille. And the attack will clear. Shurigan's got to make a quick decision. There's Noah Nelson. Forechecking shorthanded. Levi Harper. Then Zhilkin and again Klepov. Trying the quick pass right over the blue line. This one to the corner. Gervais. There for Dima Zhilkin. Harper. Barabanov. Takes the shot. Glances off a stick and out of play. Noah Nelson will take a look. He got that last twig on it. Back to the bench he goes. 52 seconds left on the hooking penalty to Mason Ray. And the second power play unit will come out maybe a little bit earlier than it had in times past. Still 52 seconds left on the advantage. Nick Sema to center, Hanrahan and Kluche. James Go and Liam Storch at the points. Sema gets waved out here. So it'll be the rookie Hanrahan. Tied up though, and Roberts off the glass and out. Now Max DeLille in hot pursuit. Shurigan got to move that quickly. Too far away from James Go. Puck in the air. Glove down by Jacob Kluche. Wheeling out of his own end. He finds Hanrahan. Puck on its edge. Hanrahan can't pull that back away from Max DeLille. Wrestled for in the neutral zone over to brother Tristan. Throws it back in, and this is Liam Storch. Off the end boards behind his goaltender. James Go, the short drop for Storch. They switch sides. Now it's Hanrahan for Sema. Then back in. Saginaw can't enter with possession. Off the boards and out. That should do it for this first Owen Sound penalty kill. James Go from his own blue line. Ray is out of the box. Papoy just lifts it back in behind the Owen Sound goal. Still in pursuit of Nancy. He's hit by Saginaw's James Go. Puck taken here by John Banks. Darts back and finds Greenberg. This will go down for an icing here. 6:13 to go in the first period. Not too much to write home about so far. And from a Saginaw standpoint, with the struggles they've had here early this season against the number 2 ranked team in the Western Conference, maybe not the worst thing early on here. A quiet game could be something to build on.
Right, tie game Saturday. Where would you rather be?
Barabanov to take this face-off against Crawford. Talked about Gervais in the face-off circle in last night's game. How about Igor Barabanov? 9 of 10 from the draw. And somebody's getting the extra talking to right now. I believe it's Crawford. They lock up, and out of the scrum it comes back for John Banks. Ray hit by Hayden Barch. Nikita Klepov. A little shift to keep things alive. Trying to throw it back there for Dimas Zhilkin. Bouncing puck. Got it on for Barch. Then down low to Barabanov. Out of the corner. Barabanov's got a lane and a sharp angle try. That one stopped by Bennett. Move back around to the point. Braden Jones off the wall. Back underneath. This is Zhilkin. Handles the bounce. Up to the top of the zone and another drop off there. This is Barch. Barabanov. Back and forth. The Spirit work the perimeter. Barabanov got to be careful to keep that in. Now it's Zhilkin again. Takes the shot. Changes the angle. It was tipped in front there by Barch and over the goal. Nancy. Lost there to Klepov. A little poke check. Spirit still have it. Angle in front. This is a chance for Zhilkin. That goes off the skate of John Banks. Grade A opportunity. 3-on-2 is the attack at the line back the other way. Ray shoulder to shoulder with Graydon Jones. Back at the point, Betkowski. Over to the left wing. Circle a shot on and off the cuff of Shurigan's glove, and he wheels it in. Elliot Arnett let that one go. And suspended animation as that one drops to the ice off of Shurigan. It stays a scoreless game. 5:12 left in the first. We're back to Saginaw after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
Hi, this is Graydon Jones, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center. 5:12 left in this first period. No score between Saginaw and Owen Sound. They attack the 9-4 shot advantage, and right now things have been held pretty much to the perimeter. And the Spirit and Owen Sound attack trying to get things going. Also, we talked about using the points, and that might be the way forward for both teams, at least so far in this game.
Yeah, I mean, there's only been a couple times they get them running around in the zone, so.
Back out of the corner, Chatan battling with Max DeLille. That's the puck as it squirts out of the skates, and off one of the skates there was Blake Barnes in front. Betkowski now at the point. Long shot, stopped and held by Shurigan. This time there's less traffic in front. And Michael Deck having an issue with Josh Glavin right now. And the dislike winding up slowly. Last time these two met, there was a scrap. Xander Valeris, a hit on Pierce Bowie that David Betkowski wasn't a fan of. He comes down and sheds the mitts. Got the aggressor as well in a one-game suspension after being tossed out of that game. So there is a bit of a nastiness factor between these two teams. We'll have to redrop this puck again.
Yeah,
inside Spirit territory.
I mean, we both noticed in Warmy a couple chirps going back and forth at center ice. So
it's always interesting. There's always somebody that stands at the center ice face-off dot, pretty much back-to-back with the guy on the other side. And there were some chops. There was a bit of a conference that we weren't able to capture between Betkowski, Glavin, and Jacob Kluche. Puck in the neutral zone. Michael Deck throws this one over to the left side. John Banks. Sharp angle try off the goaltender, not once but twice. And the loose puck just shoveled towards the net by Nicholas Sikora. Shurigan had to be ready. 4:34 to go in the first. Owen Sound using kind of the sharp angles right now. They're throwing pucks at the feet from the goal line, basically, and that almost worked as it was planned.
Yeah, they're pretty creative. You can tell they obviously play that way. I mean, they're thinking about those things and using the boards, using the angles.
58 goals for this year for Owen Sound, a plus 15 goal differential. Second straight week as the number 3 ranked team on the OHL's power rankings. And this comes after they started the year at 16. So the Attack making their names known here. As Kluche tries to take advantage of a stumbling Arnett. Bedkowski comes over to close him off. The Buffalo Sabres prospect does so with some force. Arnett back on it. Sema glancing blow off of him. Nelson gets it past Levi Harper. And a little stumble there for Easton Mikas as well. This puck drifts back in the Attack end. Arnett drops it off for Bedkowski. 4 minutes left in the first, no score. Jackman. Back around Bedkowski, the outlet pass too far. Would have gone down for an icing, but it had the perfect angle to end up in Stepan Shurigan's goal crease. Harper for Sema. Spins around, receives the pass. Can he spin past Rogers? Not with the puck, but he's able to jam it back around. Nobody home on the far side, though. So Pierce Bowie leaving it back here for Noah Roberts. Up the near side, Zarowski. Run into by Xander Valeris. This pass, look out, turned over. Here's DeLille into the circle and right into the glove. Stepan Shurigan out at the edge of his goal crease makes the stop.
Just a confident glove save. I mean, he makes the hard saves look easy. And if that were me, you know, I'd throw the glove up, Statue of Liberty, show it off a little bit.
A little bit more subdued, maybe. The personality of Stepan Shurigan. 6'5", able to come out, make that frame look just a little bit bigger. And again, we talked about just how big the confidence is right now after you pick up the win, not just from the team, but from a goaltending standpoint as well. Again, the numbers for Stepan Shurigan, 3.76 goals against average, .879 save percentage. Not exactly where you want him to be, even at this time of the year when things are early, but building blocks. The performances are getting better and better as time goes on. Again, 31 saves last night, including 13 of them in the third period. 2 shorthanded breakaways that very well could have skewed the game a different direction. Braden Jones, the intercept in the neutral zone. Approaching the final 3 minutes of the first period. No score thanks to Trenton Bennett and Stepan Shurigan. Rogers rims this around. Braden Jones has his pocket picked by Zarowski. Back in with DeLille. Zarowski, the drop pass. Bowie, back over. Zarowski, left circle, and another save. There's Shurigan again. Picking up right where he left off from period 3 last night. And the Attack take advantage of the broken play back in their own end. And Saginaw being dealt down a little bit there.
Yeah, that was a well-done 3-on-2 coming into the zone, and it's what you do every day in practice. Get a great opportunity like that, and Stepan making it look easy.
Well, there's a tendency to overpass sometimes, and Owen Sound not guilty of it there. And a steal there by Nancy, fought off again by Shurigan. Lifted up and out by Carson Harmer. The shot advantage pretty extreme to the one end right now at 16-4. That's why Braden Rogers isn't exactly in a hurry to move this puck. Crawford dropping it back. Banks down the left side, ducks around Gervais. Puck picked up by Bart, shoved around there for Glavin. Both Saginaw defenders take some hits. On the near boards to the middle. Taken away by Saginaw's Barts. The outlet pass cut off by Crawford. Kluche needing some help from Barts to get this puck out. It's left behind. Here's a chance. Ray, the rising shot up into the glass. Greenberg pokes it away from Carson Harmer. This is Crawford at the point. A long shot. Kicked there by Hayden Barts. Gloved by Harmer. One-handed ahead. Maybe a 2-on-1. Kluche with Gervais. Greenberg gets back. Kluche. Little move to try and curl around his man And he took the hip check there from John Banks. Kluche a little slow to get back to the Spirit bench. Greenberg poked there by Carson Harmon. A little bump off the wall. Sema got a chance. Headed down the right side. The late man Valeris takes a shot on and off the cuff of the goaltender's glove. Another good stop from Trenton Bennett now. Looking for a home run pass with Sikora. He's got it ahead of everybody else back below the goal line. Sikora and Shatan lock up at the left point. This one deflected wide. Back around it comes. Valeris inadvertently kicked that one back up to the neutral zone. He's going to lead the attack. Back on through. Sema's got a chance. The shot save made by Bennett. A loose puck there for a second. But he does get the glove back on top for a stoppage. So all of a sudden, things opening up a little bit here at the tail end of the first period. Some rushes coming back Saginaw's way, and now it's Trenton Bennett's turn to make some big-time saves.
You've been in heaven lately, Dylan. A lot of good goaltending.
You know, I made that mental note last night. I realized that we were skewing things a little bit too far toward the goaltending conversation for probably the average viewer's enjoyment, but that's been the story of the first period, so not exactly something we can correct just yet. Klepov blows a tire, so the puck comes back out into the Spirit end for an icing here. Back the other direction, and
I mean, for all the stats they keep these days, I mean, a big save stat should be thought about. I mean, like you were saying, you were going over the numbers and you know, huge.
Danger chances right in around the net. I mean, again, you look no further than the shorthanded 2-on-0 that came right after the shorthanded breakaway. Nelson into the offensive end. There's going to be a couple more high danger chances as Pierce Bowie spins into the boards. Really ended up being a benefit for him there on the back goal post. Bowie's got it. Down below the goal line. Crawford has some time, throws it there, looking for Bowie. Now another sharp angle try off some bodies here with 30 seconds left. Klepov just happened to get it out. And he got a big time collision there as Noah Roberts came on through. Nelson off the skate of Jones. Jilkin back over for Go. Skate to stick, Gervais down the left side, and this puck pops way up into the air. Just kisses the top of the netting and comes back down. 15.3 to go in the first. And Klepov was lined up on the train tracks there, locked up with one attack player. And the big time shoulder coming on through. Noah Roberts had it lined up from a little ways away. Face off here with 15.3 to go. And the attack have it in their own end. This puck off the boards. Nancy. Cut off there by Xander Valeris, and they will be whistled down on an offside call. 7.5 to go here in the first period. Again, we talked about Spirit Warriors Veteran Night inside the Dow Event Center. The Spirit Warriors had their game before the Spirit game here. We'll talk with Mark Ploa of the Spirit Warriors Disabled Veteran Hockey Program coming up here in the first intermission, and just what that program and that time together means for those men and women. As Klepov's got it here, maybe a late chance, long shoot in, couple of seconds left, Jilkin in front, just got cut off there by Bedkowski. And that's it for the first period. Levi Harper met by Zarowski and Ray. And a little bit of a crowd, but nothing more after that. That's the man of the hour. Stepan Shurigan making his way back down the tunnel. 16 saves to 6. That's the battle between Shurigan and Trenton Bennett. Nobody's found the back of the net yet. We'll take a break as these two teams have a couple extra words for one another. We'll send you into the dressing room alongside of Mark Ploa of the Spirit Warriors when we come back after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Unwind on a fall color tour or simply wander a while on scenic trails. Handpick ripe apples and pumpkins, savor warm donuts and fresh pressed cider, and slip into the coziness of harvest season. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at GoGreat.com.
At My Michigan Health, we are committed to our purpose of creating healthy communities together each and every day. It is an honor to serve our neighbors by improving access to care, investing in local organizations and initiatives, identifying and addressing the needs of our communities, and working alongside students seeking a future in healthcare. Together, we can build healthier communities for today and long into tomorrow. My Michigan Health, your go-to place. Learn more about us at mymichigan.org.
Looking to stay in touch with your community? Check out Great Lakes Bay Connections, a collection of shows and podcasts bringing you local voices, telling local stories from local people. Great Lakes Bay Connections features Hey, Great Lakes Bay, Generating Gratitude, That's What She Said, United Shades of Gray, Mi Gente on Air, and more. Listen weekends on WSGW, anytime on your favorite podcasting app or at WSGW.com.
Hi, this is James Go, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
A lot of scoring chances, no score yet here between the Saginaw Spirit and the Owen Sound Attack. Nothing on the board here as we get into the first intermission, and it is Spirit Warriors Veteran Hockey Night here inside the Dow Event Center. So very pleased to be joined by Mark Kloa of the Spirit Warriors down at ice level. And Mark, for those who are unfamiliar, we've had the Spirit Warriors in the building quite a few times. They're going back over the years, but what is the program and why is it so important?
The Spirit Warriors program is a therapeutic hockey program for veterans that suffer from PTSD, etc. We have some that don't have any eyesight or one eye, and then we have people that don't have limbs that actually come out and play hockey. And basically what it does, it gives them purpose. And I am one to advocate for that because I didn't have a purpose when I retired from the Army as an E9. So I wanted to find that purpose. So in a nutshell, that's basically what the program is about.
So what was that time like for you at the beginning? How did you get involved with the Spirit Warriors? Because it's been about 5 years now.
It has been. I started out with the Michigan Warriors, as did Jason Gomez. And I think we had like 4 players that played for the Michigan Warriors down in Detroit. So we drove down to Detroit and we said, you know what, let's get a program up by us. So we did. We broke away from the Michigan Warriors, and then we started getting local veterans in the Tri-State area to join our team. And that's kind of where we're at today. Is we still have more veterans joining our team, disabled veterans. We've been to a national tournament. That feels like now, it looks like. So we're a growing organization and looking to make a difference in our soldiers' lives. That's the underlying thing, is making a difference in their lives.
And how many veterans do you guys have right now, Mark?
Last time I knew, and then we got, like I said, we signed up 2 or 3 more this week. So we had like 78 to 80 veterans.
Awesome.
That have signed up.
Awesome. And how did you guys played here? We got some footage of the game earlier today. Kind of an inter-squad scrimmage, right, between the two halves of the Spirit Warriors. How'd the game go? How did you do? Did you find the back of the net?
I did. I found it one time, and
awesome.
I had fun with it because I managed everybody on both teams. So it was a good game, and we made some mistakes on the white team, and we lost. Gomez set me up for failure in a way because he took all his weak players out there, put all the strong players on the ice. Well, I had my weak players out there. We had a gentleman's agreement, and he violated that, so I'll get him back. That's the camaraderie I talk about. Is we always get each other back.
Right.
And that's on a positive note. We've done some negative stuff here. I don't say we've done negative stuff. We've seen negative stuff.
Right.
I personally saved 2 lives that people had guns in their hands and took guns out of their hands, etc. So that's my purpose. When I say I got a purpose, my purpose is, as in uniform, my last assignment, I led 1,200 soldiers into combat. I came back home. I didn't have a purpose. This gives me purpose and hope for our soldiers. And I know when they say they're empty, they're empty. And you got to be able to feel that. I've been a firefighter my whole life, so so I can feel that emotional drain, if you will.
Right.
So we support each other.
Awesome. Well, Mark, again, thanks so much to you personally and all the veterans on the Spirit Warriors for all that you have done, and great to hear that that program is bringing so many people together. Mark, thanks for joining
Absolutely.
us.
Thank you very much.
Mark Loa of the Spirit Warriors here inside the Dow Event Center. No score between the Saginaw Spirit and the Owen Sound Attack. It's been a goaltending battle so far. We'll take a quick break and run you back through some saves when we come back. Highlights coming up after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at garberchesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
It's time for your intermission report from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Here's Dylan Clark.
But two guys have been a little bit busier than all the rest. Trenton Bennett in the Owen Sound Gold Creek, Stepan Shurigan for the Saginaw Spirit. It's been a game of goaltending so far. We run you back through some of the highlights here. And again, it was a question of who would start this game after Carter George started the last two for the Attack. They've got another NHL drafted goaltender, Trenton Bennett. Hasn't been quite as busy, but a couple of grade A scoring opportunities. Saginaw's chances got better as the period went on. Again, 6 saves in that first period for Trenton Bennett. Not a ton to write home about, but he has kept things scoreless on his end. And Stepan Shurigan doing the same down in the Saginaw goal crease. He was a little bit busier. 16 stops in the first period. Again, he's played the most minutes out of any goaltender in the league. He saw, again, the heavier workload. 9th consecutive start here tonight. And the opportunities, this was probably the best on the delayed 3-on-2. The drop pass, Kolzarowski, the shot, and Shurigan comes out to make that save and keep things where we are. Our first intermission stats brought to you by Raymond. There you see the shot, 16 against 6. Saginaw 0 for 1 on the power play. It was a Mason Ray hooking call that the Spirit were not able to capitalize on. We'll bring you back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark, Brad Walsh, and Walshy. It was a first period of goaltending. Mistake-free hockey, maybe, and that's where we start. It wasn't a ton to write home about. Both teams were kept pretty well to the perimeter as that first period went on.
Right. I mean, pretty good defensive hockey both ways. Not letting, any of those big moments happen. And, we got a tie game. Obviously, staying out of the box is helpful, especially against Owen Sound. You've said pretty successful there.
One for Saginaw, the chances were a little tougher to come by for the majority of that first period. They got a couple on some odd man breaks. The defenseman hop on the rush. We just saw the Xander Valeris opportunity on the 2-on-1 with Nick Sema. That might be the way forward here for Saginaw. You like to see him get the defenseman a little bit more active.
Yeah, it's kind of a feel-out process. I mean, Owen Sound, they've been active from the point, and, that's where their chances have come from. But we've, gotten the puck out of Stepan's way, and for the most part, he's seen most of them. So it could go either way, and something's got to happen for, the first goal to go in.
And in a more quiet game like this, where the scoring chances are a little bit harder to come by on the Saginaw side of things, again, not quite as hard for Owen Sound, 16 shots in that first period, but what's the conversation in the Spirit dressing room when the shots are fewer and further between?
Well, you got to be pleased. I mean, 0-0 hockey game, there's really nothing to complain about. It's a new start. As far as they're concerned, it's a brand new game, and go out and get the first one, and things will open up a little bit more.
Still a pretty clean slate right now. No score between Saginaw and Owen Sound. A heavy shot advantage and one penalty. That's pretty much it for right now. There's a lot more going on around the OHL, so we'll take a break and we'll take a look around the out-of-town scoreboard. It's brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, and it's up next after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today, the disability experts in your community.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. As the teams begin to fill the tunnels right now, we look around the rest of the OHL. Not quite as busy tonight on this Saturday as it was on Friday. 2-1 Brampton over the North Bay Battalion. Kieran Witkowski and Parker Von Richter, the standout performers in that game. Couple of multi-point nights for them. Zach Bowen, 37 saves on 38 shots. Cam Warren, the only North Bay goal in that contest. Saginaw will see Brantford coming up next weekend. That is fast approaching. They're up 3-1, or they beat the Oshawa Generals 3-1. And more goaltending. David Igorov, first star of the night, 24 saves on 25 shots. Sam McHugh's 8th of the season, Aidan O'Donnell, and Merrick Van Acker's 11th, the 3-goal scorers against the 1 Owen Griffin tally. A 3-1 win for Brantford. 2-1, Niagara over Kingston as we get into games that are still going on, at least for the moment. Ray Smith and Riley Patterson, the 2 goals for the Ice Dogs. Thomas Pobezal, the lone tally back the other way for Kingston. Down I-75, the Spirit had a date with... Right now they're handling Flint right now. It's an Alex Kostov goal that's got the Firebirds up 1-0, and a 1-1 tie between Kitchener and Barrie from Sadlin Arena. Luca Romano and Brad Gardner, the 2 goals in that game. A quick look at the standings here in the OHL's Western Conference as they currently stand. Saginaw, they've got the top 2 teams today and tomorrow. Owen Sound tonight, the Windsor Spitfires at the WFCU Center tomorrow. That's going to be a challenge. They've already found wins against the Sioux and Owen Sound. So 2 of Saginaw's 3 wins in this season have come against top 4 teams in the West. The challenges aren't going to get any easier right now. You see Saginaw's click back up with that win over Erie last night from 10th, back into the playoff picture with quite a bit of hockey left to play, but it's good to stay in the playoff picture whenever you can. Your out-of-town scoreboard and a look at the standings brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. A quick break, and we'll come back. We'll see if we can find any goals when we come back. Second period coming your way after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber, Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at garbercdjr.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh & Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh & Associates. Retirement made clear.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there. But that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, this is Joe, and this week on Generating Gratitude, a couple of things. It's rehab, not a resort. And also, we'll have a conversation with Donna Clark from Emmaus House. It's truly an amazing story. Tune in this week on Generating Gratitude.
Generating Gratitude, Saturday mornings at 7 and Sunday evenings at 5 on WSGW and online at WSGW.com. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW. Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Scoring in the first. We'll see how much longer the goaltenders' duel will last here into period two. Carson Harmer between Sebastian Gervais and Jacob Cloutier. James Goen, Graydon Jones on the back end, just like they started the first period. Delta College opening face-off here to start the middle frame as Crawford and Harmer have a little bit of extra instruction before this puck drop. And the attack control here off the opening draw. Back up the wall and angled in. James Goen to pick things up. Ray on him. He has the only entry onto the penalty sheet here in this game. 2-minute minor for hooking that the attack killed off. Nancy, a little trouble getting that back to John Banks. Backhanded pass to the neutral zone. That's knocked down by Gervais. Ray is in pursuit of James Goen. Put into the wall, and the stick goes flying. Gervais, and Nancy drills Graydon Jones from a bad angle. That'll be touched up. Jones no worse for wear. Cloutier and Gervais both have a couple of things to say to Nancy, but nothing more than that.
Yeah, I think he momentum just carried him into him a little bit. And Jones takes a big bite of the Jets pizza sign. Thank goodness he's all right, but power play Saginaw.
An early opportunity here in this second period for the Spirit. On the hit from behind there to Nancy. Harper for Dimas Yilkin. Trying to sweep that one in front quickly. Gervais uses the skates and Yilkin guides it around the wall. Levi Harper just inside the line. Klepov at the hash mark. Looking towards the net. Finding Barabanov between his own legs back for Harper. Klepov back and forth with Barabanov. Pass looking for Yilkin got deflected. Back for Klepov. Shot gets blocked. Harper to try and keep things in. Gets a stick around the midsection there from DeLille, and the attack will clear. Harper, slick little move to get there through Crawford. And into the offensive end, poked away. Hanrahan, or Klepov rather, following on. There for Barabanov, pass up to the top of the zone. Jilkin can't keep it in. Halfway through the power play. We may see Ryan Hanrahan here pretty soon as the second unit might come out. Pierce Bowie into the boards with Jilkin. Klepov down the wall. 20 points on the season. Time for the league lead, and he's got Pierce Bowie all over him. Jilkin stops up. This is Levi Harper. Head up, takes a shot, tipped, and a save made by the pad of Bennett. And his eyes might not have been able to track that puck. Down to the goal line. Barabanov walking out. Finds the man Jilkin. That one stopped by Bennett, maybe off the outside of the goal, too. Best scoring chance for Saginaw in this game. Jilkin. Barabanov to Jilkin again. Barabanov handcuffed by Crawford as he tried the one-time release. Levi Harper back in front of his goaltender with 12 seconds on the penalty. On try, 2 saves made by Bennett. Rebound loose there for Sema. That one off Bedkowski and the glass. Nancy's out of the box. And the attack will clear. Josh Glavin back to this puck. And it does bring up an icing. So Saginaw 0 for 2 on the power play, though they do get quite a few more opportunities at Trenton Bennett on that second one than they did on the first.
Yeah, plenty of chances there. I mean, the super skill guys all out there on the ice making, creating scoring chances. Big stick lift by Crawford there defensively as also.
Face-off, won by Saginaw's Shatan. Has to get untied from Noah Nelson. Nancy back on this puck here for the attack, tied up by Sema and just guides it back in behind Shuridan's net. Ray is there, lays a check. Noah Nelson back to the point. John Banks tries to spin away from Nick Sema. Followed by James Go onto the far side. Look at the room for Banks into the circle. That one fought off by Shuridan. Greenberg just inside the line. Banks calling for it again. He's going to make something happen here on this shift. There's a shot blocker saved by Shuridan. Rebound is loose and just pushed wide. One of the attack players tied up. It was Nelson in front. Banks keeps it in again. Here's Nancy. Down from the goal line, given back. Banks takes the shot. Tries to twist away from Hanrahan. Nelson backing around. Nancy and Greenberg trying to play who's going to play that puck, and neither one of them does. So an odd man break for Sema. Back with Shatan and Hanrahan. Sema to the net. Great save made by Bennett on the stretch. Sema ran out of options, and the best one was to just take it to the net. Sikora on his way through, just tied up there by Blake Barnes at the last second. Gets it back from Jacob Kluche. Barnes has to stop up away from Sikora. Coughed it up, almost given away in front. DeLille a try, and that puck loose on top of the paint. Turnaround shot there by Sikora. Couldn't get to the net. This is Roberts. Thrown back down, off some skates. Max DeLille gets the low shoulder there on Josh Glavin. The puck back behind the Saginaw net. This is Blake Barnes again. Coughed the puck up, got to get it out now, and he does. Knocked down by Roberts at center. Glove down by Glavin. To his partner Barnes. Couple of Sarnia boys on the back end here for Saginaw. Kluche, one-handed in. Gervais in pursuit of Roberts. Things opening up here in period 2. Still no score thanks to Bennett and Shuridan. Harper drilled there. Big-time check by Max DeLille. Back in behind the net it goes. Taken away from Harmer by Roberts. Gervais tied up with one of the attack players right now. Harmer's on this puck. In front for Harper. This shot sent just wide. No call coming as Roberts and Gervais just now getting untied from one another. Michael Deck in the neutral zone. This is cut off by Saginaw's Barch. Kluche, handcuffed by DeLille. Collides with Harper again. He's run out of room, but he moves the puck to Barabanov. Gets himself out of some trouble there. Jacob Kluche back in for the Spirit. Hesitates on the pass for Barabanov. Has it, but not much in the way of options. Now he's found one. Go over. One-timer. They score! Levi Harper from the circle opens the scoring. It's 1-0.
Great play by Saginaw. Goes from low to high, and from go to Levi there on the hash mark. I mean, what a chip by Harper there. He got pretty banged up earlier on the blue line, and long shift, found himself in the weeds and puts it in.
From a flat angle, almost at the bottom of the circle, too. Harper continues to be the rookie standout on the blue line here in the OHL. 5th goal of the season. Give him 12 points in 13 games. And Walter, you said it. He was taking a physical punishment on a couple of hits from Max DeLille on that shift. Saginaw's got their B-line, probably electric. Light the lamp, go. Barabanov and Go will pick up the assists as Saginaw finds the 1-0 lead. Klepov trying to pursue this puck out at center. David Bedkowski back in from center red. Takes a bounce off the stanchion. Klepov trying to guide it there for Barabanov. Elliot Arnett takes it away. And the attack blue liner will backhand it in. James Go off the wall for Valeris. Up through center. That takes a deflection into the seats. Out of play for a stoppage. 13:50 here in the second. We'll get a couple of line changes. And we'll get immediate timeout as well. 1-0 on the goal from Levi Harper. Give him 5 on the season. Spirit on the 1-0 lead. We're back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center. 13:50 left in the second period. A 1-0 lead for the Spirit. Levi Harper had only been held off the score sheet 4 times in his OHL career coming into this game, and that number's going to stay at 4 as he's got the only goal here in this game. Sebastian Gervais to take the face-off against Noah Nelson here in the neutral zone. Brody Popoy out there with Gervais and Storch. And this is the de facto 4th line right now as Saginaw's dressed 11 forwards. Gervais going to pull a lot of double duty here tonight. John Banks manufactured a couple of really good scoring chances earlier in the second period here for the attack. This puck glances back out at center. Off the wall, Gervais cut off by Banks. He hops into action. Here it comes again, poked at there by Popoy. Looking for the outlet pass, goes off a red skate. This one in front and a backhander is stopped by Stepan Shurigan. Landon Jackman, a bit of a gift there as Saginaw's outlet pass was cut down before it could leave the zone.
Great scoring chance by Mikas' shin pad there.
That puck almost on its way out there from Popoy. And Jackman, again, he recognized he didn't have a lot of time to really mess with that puck. So a shovel on the backhand is all he could muster, and it almost ended up beating Shurigan. Owen Sound second-round pick in this year's OHL priority selection, Landon Jackman. And look out, almost a fumble in front of the net from Josh Glavin. Ryan Hanrahan back in. Fluttering pass, can't get to Shatan. This one off the glass and out at center. Josh Glavin again. Crawford right in his grill. Going to give a couple of shots to Nick Sema. And the puck is out of play again as Nancy pushes Sema into the linesman and the boards. And Will Nickel Mac Nickel rather. Not Will Nickel of the London Knights. Mac Nickel, the referee, is pointing at center ice. That's where we're going to have this face-off here. Miroslav Shatan standing in. 12:59 to go here in the second period. Nicholas Sikora is not on the ice right now. And, of course, Nicholas's dad, Peter. Miroslav's dad, Miroslav. Won a Stanley Cup together in 2009. In the great city of Pittsburgh. Xander Valeris over to Levi Harper off the draw. We'll see if they can manufacture some offense for their teams here today. Chatan's in after it. Back down below the goal line. Miroslav Chatan looking for the wraparound. He's stopped there by the pad of Trenton Bennett. Taken away by Nancy. Couldn't speak that one into existence. Crawford tied up by Hanrahan. Good chances. Greenberg would have been the late man there for Owen Sound. The attacker not done. Mason Ray, Greenberg, one-timer from the point. Shurigan saw it the whole way and makes the save. John Banks guides it into the corner there for Crawford. Banks again. Hit by Chatan, but not before moving the puck to Nancy. On his backhand. Watched by Xander Valeris. Chatan's got to get after this one. Crawford all over him. Hanrahan glassing out. And a bouncing puck. Does it have enough for an icing? Yes, it does, is the answer. 12:09 to go in the second period. In this game, Walchie may very well be won and lost along the wall. That's where most of the action taking place right now. A lot of collisions. There might be a higher than average number of ice bags handed out in the dressing room after this one. An extra moment before DeLille and Chatan do battle on this faceoff. A tired group of Spirit forwards right now between Chatan, Hanrahan, Sema after the icing. Xander Valeris gets it out just off the stick of Nick Sema. Harper has to wait for Sema to touch up. Michael Deck takes advantage of that gap and flips it there for Sikora. Tied up by Sema, taken into the wall. This is Harper, quickly there for Gervais, looking to find Carson Harmer. Pass too far ahead, no icing here. Shouldered by Bedkowski. Gervais in the corner, 3 red sweaters on him. Carson Harmer comes over and tries to take a piece out of Michael Deck. Bedkowski off the wall, too far as it ramped over the stick of Deck. Go for Harper. They take another piece out of him. Kluche's got a chance into the circle. This one towards the back goal post, too far ahead of Gervais. Got a skate knocked out from underneath him. This is Max DeLille. Cut off. He's going to knock the stick out of the hands of Harmer. Levi Harper now into the offensive end. Carson Harmer back for goal. Down into the circle. Kluche, a shot off the goal post. Stays in play, though. Harmer for goal. This one dropped just at the line. Harmer back for Harper. Point shot blocked on its way. Bennett makes the save. Kluche getting a rough ride in front right now. A couple of cross checks from Elliot Arnett. Now a chance the other way. This is Zarowski, shouldered there by Levi Harper. Puck to the corner. Things opening up here. James Go for Harper. Finding Kluche, or not finding Kluche. The puck in his skates. Braden Rogers to get things out of danger for the attack. Cole Zarowski cut off at the line. Laid offside. So James Go put that off his skate. Zilkin knocks it down. Little trouble at the line for the Spirit. Zilkin keeps it alive. For Barabanov on the far wall. Zilkin from the goal line. A little friendly fire as that glanced off the skate of Rogers. But a save made by Bennett. So Bowie back in. And DeLille ahead of the play offside. 10:22 left in the second, and very nearly a 2-0 game. Kluche let things go through traffic here. We're going to get another look as the pass from Gervais to Kluche, and our sight line cut off by David Bedkowski. That was the case for Trenton Bennett as well. Right off the outside of the frame. Kluche, close call, looking for his third of the year.
A little half flapper, had a lot of power behind it.
Nikita Klepov flipping this back in behind Rogers. Klepov poked away, stays on it. Taken by Ray, trying to get through Hayden Barch. Got to be careful not to take a penalty. This is Nancy into the zone. Cross ice, it just ramps up and off the stick of Jake Crawford. Could have been a brilliant scoring opportunity here for the attack. 2 against 2 in the corner. Klepov ties his man up. Puck comes free for Nancy with Roberts in front. Tries to find him. Cut off there by Graydon Jones. Jokin leading the Saginaw counterattack. Not a lot in the way of room, and Crawford comes down to drill Jilkin. Puck underneath him somewhere. Klepov tries to get it around the skate of Nancy. Navigates that situation well and finds Roberts, but the outlet pass is blocked by Barabanov. Crawford back for Roberts. Stretch pass. Nancy is at the line. Got to wait for Ray to touch up. Little miscommunication on that zone entry. Braden Rogers now from his own end as the attack complete a line change. And the Nelson line back on. Shurian out to play it. A little bit of a dancing puck right now. He backhands it up and around. John Banks, long shot into the glove. And Shurigan Looked like he might have been in a position to move that, or at least was ready to get into a position to move it, but he'll hang on for a draw here. 9:08 left in the second period. Shots 20-15 as we get a late line change here. A couple more Saginaw bodies pop over the boards. Things livening up here for sure in the middle frame. And John Banks, a large part of the reason why manufactured quite a few scoring opportunities, 3 of them in this game so far. And he's got another one off the draw. Got back to Zarowski. Rolling puck into the corner. Blake Barnes knocks down Pierce Bowie, but he's right back up to his skates and the puck to the point. Greenberg for Banks. The quick shot blocker saved through traffic. Rebound off the outside of the cage. Zarowski for Bowie. Tied up by Sebastian Gervais. One hand on the stick. Blake Barnes comes over to help. This one taken by Tristan DeLille. Greenberg stops and shoots through traffic. Stopped again by Shurigan and a quick whistle. But he does get that puck as Glavin was tied up with Pierce Bowie. That's one of several battles that those two have had in this game so far. And Blake Barnes locked up with Cole Zarowski right now. 8:39 to go in the second. And again, a puck that Stepan Shurigan had to battle through the traffic to see. Again, he's got bodies on top of him. They're in his house. I don't know if you can get any closer than that. They'd have to be wearing his jersey to get any closer.
It's a long way to bend over for a tall guy like that. I mean, he definitely had to stretch out and fight through the screens. But Owen Sound, won some puck battles there and got a good opportunity from it.
Here's Bowie trying to set up shop in the blue paint. Josh Glavin didn't like it, and Shurigan almost paid the price for it. Everybody doing their job, as Dennis DeRosier would say. And this puck played by a high stick, 8:26 to go here in period 2. 1-0 on the goal from Levi Harper. That's the only entry right now. And again, for Saginaw, playing against one of the more offensively inclined teams in the Ontario Hockey League's Western Conference. This wraps up the season series between these two teams. Saginaw 7-5 win on October the 4th. They've won 5 straight in the regular season against Owen Sound. You can up that number to 9 if you count the first round series in 2024, a Saginaw sweep. Zhilkin back in. Poked away before it could go to Klepov. So Nelson. And it's taken away by Saginaw's Harper. Back over. Barabanov for Zhilkin at the line, but no speed. Bunted out of the air by Nikita Klepov. And quickly, how many times have we seen the attack get numbers to the puck? They outman him. And that's the end of that opportunity. Valeris over to the wall. Taken by Ellis Sikora. Tied up by Klepov. Puck in the neutral zone. Nelson disrupted by Barabanov. Elliot Arnett back on it. Off the wall for Nelson. Off the wall again. Sikora. And then Arnett again. Captain Bedkowski. He and Tristan DeLille coming back the other way in the Colby Barlow trade at the beginning of last year as a long shoot-in is gloved down and held by the goaltender. 7:33 to go here in this frame. October the 3rd of 2024. David Bedkowski, Tristan DeLille, and a haul of draft picks come back to Owen Sound. Colby Barlow back the other way to the Oshawa Generals. And DeLille at that time, a promising 2007 born player. A goal in 3 games with Oshawa to start the year after an 18-point rookie campaign. 36 points last year in 60 games with the attack. And again, as we get an icing here, tied for 3rd in the OHL in scoring. He's found points in each of the 13 games that have preceded this one. And we've seen what David Bedkowski's been able to do in this game from a defensive standpoint. Not a bad trade, to be sure. Offensive zone draw here for Owen Sound. Banks again. Underneath Shurigan's net. Crawford pulls it away from James Go. Stort seals off the wall and gets the flip pass back from Go. And a little bump for Chatan. Tied up by Nancy. No more puck for him. This is Crawford. Drop pass with Ray. Back for Crawford. Couldn't hang on to it. Shurigan trying to just tie up that puck. Bit of a tense moment as here comes Nancy. Out of the corner, looking towards the middle. But instead it's Banks at the point. Shot tipped wide off the board. This is Ray. Nancy spinning off of Jones there. Banks over to Greenberg. Underneath it goes again. Nancy tied up with James Go. Nancy, the backhanded pass in front. Doesn't find anybody. Back out. Banks picks things up. He's trying to catch the Spirit in a change. Crawford, 6.5 to go in the second. Crawford back in front. Spirit left some red in front of the net. Here comes Sema back the other way. Wants the drop off for Hanrahan. Trying to go back in front for Sema. Couldn't do it. Sema's got it in his skates. Can he get a shot off? Hanrahan lifts one and a save made by Bennett. Taken the other way by Zarowski. Hayden Barnes back to pick this up in the Spirit end. He's got Bowie on him. Takes the check. Stays with the puck. This one glances up and off the glass. Sema couldn't push things out to center. Barnes is on this. A log jam just inside the Spirit blue line, and it does finally come back out to Braden Rogers in front of Bennett. First save that Trenton Bennett's had to make in quite some time here on that short try from Ryan Hanrahan. Not a lot on it, but a good scoring chance. Here comes Sema. Poked at the line. Saginaw still onside. Hanrahan with some room. Throws it up. Here's a chance for Barnes the shot, and Bennett makes the save. Rebound is loose, high into the air and into the circle. Taken away by Tristan DeLille. Back the other way. We've got a whistle. And maybe a repair is needed. Trenton Bennett, I think he's without a skate blade. You might need that. 5:30 to go here in the second period. It's a 1-0 lead for Saginaw. Bennett will get the repair. We're back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Hi, this is Nick Sema, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
.30 left in the second period here between Saginaw and Owen Sound. A 1-0 lead, and Trenton Bennett visiting the pits right now, getting the steel reattached. Trevor Castonguay, the head equipment manager for Owen Sound, tending to his netminder. And somewhere on this play, I do believe Bennett loses the skate blade on the goal crease, or on the goalpost rather. You can see it laying on the line. In a very similar situation to what the Spirit saw up in the Sioux. Landon Miller lost his steal after he kicked it off the goalpost. There you see the right heel right there. Pushes across and it just gets clipped. Steal pops out, and fortunately for Bennett, the attack had control of the puck. So Bennett's going to have to stay on the bench for a little bit. Matthew Kaprowski enters the game. And a bit of a, not a tense moment, but you don't expect to enter the game as the backup goaltender when it's a 1-0 score. So we've seen a little opportunity here. Sikora shut down by Shurigan. As Matthew Kaprowski tries to stretch out a little bit more back down to our right. He's going to be tested here. Klepov into the offensive zone. Tries to push it there. Off the outside of the cage it goes. Barabanov back up to the point. Zhilkin keeps things alive. And he's taken a penalty for slashing. And so Saginaw to the penalty kill for the first time here tonight. And that could have been a dangerous scoring opportunity.
It was a bit of a, I think the reaction helped. I mean, the arm was a little late coming up, but obviously, you know, he got the hand pretty good there.
There's the slash for Zhilkin. And Kaprowski gets another extra moment here to stretch out and get ready.
Maybe another deep breath.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have been a 3-on-1 coming the other way. Obviously, as a goaltender, stay ready. Like you said, 1-0 game, you're not expecting to come in, but here you are.
16 saves for Trenton Bennett, who's continuing to get that skate looked at on the bench. But meanwhile, a Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill for the Spirit against the second-ranked power play in the OHL. Owen Sound, 21 for 64, 32%. And if there is a moment for them to tie this game up, it would be now. Here's Nancy, dropping it back. Banks, a lot of room, takes a shot. A little friendly fire there off Gervais, but Shurigan makes the save. Gervais atones and clears. Pierce Bowie back in behind Kaprowski. Picked up the W ranking from NHL Central Scouting on the preliminary rankings. And Kaprowski's last game came against the Spirit back on October the 4th. So familiar, to say the least. Here comes James Go, shorthanded. Up to center with Liam Storch. Go's going to push things in and snap a shot that goes wide. Off the skate of the official, James Go. Just trying to disrupt things a little bit more. Minute left in the Zhilkin penalty. We're trying to keep an eye on the Trenton Bennett skate situation as they're trying to get the blade back in the holder. Meanwhile, the attack trying to move the puck into the offensive zone here. 47 left on the power play. Michael Deck off the boards. This is Nancy. Just inside the line. Greenberg walks and shoots, and that's into the glove. A stop again by Shurigan through the maze of legs in front of it. .342 to go in the second period. It's 36 seconds left on the Owen Sound power play. Saginaw gets some fresh penalty killers. Braden Jones and Jacob Pluche get back to the bench. And still, Kaprowski's going to have to stay in. As there you see Trevor Castonguay making an effort to get that steal back in for Kaprowski, or for Trenton Bennett, who's got to skate all the way off on the bench right now. Greenberg for Sikora. Greenberg again. Zarowski. Bennett would like to enter the game with another goal than one he left. There's the shot off the leg of Gervais. Crawford back in behind the net as the Owen Sound power play navigates its last 15 seconds. Valeris closes off Sikora. Crawford gets into Gervais. Harmer and Ray will enter the equation. Taken off the wall by Gervais, kept in by Greenberg. Dima Zhilkin soon to be released. This one gotten away but not out. Near side, Sikora with some room, he scores! It's not a power play goal, but it's a tie game. Nicholas Sikora finds the back of the net to make it a 1-1 contest.
Well done by Owen Sound, keeping that puck in the zone, and they find Sikora 24 with a little bit too much room. That's a goal scorer's goal right there, going far side, just over the glove of Stefan.
It's a 26th shot of the hockey game that Stepan Shurigan's seen. That's the first one to beat him. So as the goaltending situation for Owen Sound is in flux right now. They get an icing here, and they do their goaltenders a favor, and they find the back of the net. Again, we talked about Nicholas Sikora finding the back of the net against the Spirit. Going on a bit of a goal-scoring run. He had 2 assists last night against the Windsor Spitfires. And he's gotten things even here with 2:56 left in the second period. And it looks like Trenton Bennett's trying to push his foot back into the skate on the bench right now. Tristan DeLille, meanwhile, to take the draw against Chatan. Puck moved forward by Ryan Hanrahan. By our count, Kaprowski's not seen a puck quite yet. Back in behind Shurigan. Left for Jones. Chatan to backhand it in. Spinning off there was John Banks. Tristan DeLille backhands it around for Bedkowski. Flipping up towards the air. Braden Jones got to navigate that stick there at Pierce Bowie. They got a chance here. DeLille alone in front. Short breakaway. They score. Bowie for DeLille. Through the wickets of the goaltender, Shurigan. They strike twice, and it's 2-1.
Now that one is going to be the one that Saginaw wants back. I mean, a couple, puck goes up in the air, and you just kind of forget Delisle is one of those guys you don't want to slip away behind you. Great pass by Bowie and made Saginaw pay.
6th of the season for Tristan DeLille. Shurigan got a piece, not enough. And his point streak to start the season, it's the longest in the OHL so far, extended to 14 games. Trenton Bennett is back in the Owen Sound goal crease. And the thought was maybe he could come back in with one more goal than when he left. Well, how about 2? Barabanov back in behind the Spirit net. A crucial part of the game, late in period number 2. as the Attack have opened up a 2-1 lead. Xander Valeris takes the check there from Mikas. This is Klepov into the circle. Takes a shot. Blocker saved by Bennett. Dima Zhilkin through some stick checks. The Valeris point shot goes off a body and wide. Harper in the corner. 2 Attack players on him off the skates of Jackman. Klepov trying to duck down the wall. Jackman, this one floated up and over the head of Levi Harper. He's got Max DeLille behind him. Through some wax. Look out, that's an awkward collision as DeLille blew a tire and goes headfirst into the boards. Zhilkin waves it over for Klepov. Down to Zhilkin in the corner, spinning around. James Go at the point. Crawford's come on for Max DeLille. Go's got some room. There for Levi Harper. Head fake, takes a shot. It goes into the glass. Barabanov trying to knock it down. This is back in behind the Owen Sound goal. Final 60 seconds of period 2. Up through the air, it goes off Carson Harmer. Gervais, they try to turn it into the offensive end. This one couldn't be gotten through some skates. Crawford off the stick of Jacob Kluche. Rogers up looking for Ray. Tries to beat James Going, a bouncing puck, and here they come again. Ray, 2-on-1. Pad save made by Shurigan, and the rebound taken care of by Gervais before it could get to Harry Nancy. James Go just backhands this in, and he takes the hit from Ray. Puck goes off the outside of the goal for an icing with 25.6 to go here in the second. And the face-off, back down to our left again. No line change coming up here for Saginaw.
You know, Kaprowski's going to be giving his buddy Bennett some shots in the locker room. He's +2 and Bennett's -1.
Chance off the draw, Betkowski. Arnett lost the puck. Jacob Kluche trying to steal. Trying to draw a penalty. He's going to. They're going to send them both. Elliot Arnett. The trip on Kluche. Kluche trying to sell. He'll pick up the embellishment call.
Those are tough calls to make. I mean, gosh. Was it? How do you call that? Oh, maybe a little.
The little flop at the end from Kluche is what's going to get him the minor penalty.
In this era, we've all grown up watching LeBron James. You know, sometimes you gotta embellish it a little bit.
So Arnett picks up the tripping penalty. Would he have picked it up anyway? It's hard to say. Here's Bowie at center. We'll skate at 4-on-4 to the end of the period. Off Shurigan. Bowie tried to line up Barabanov. Not enough time for Dima Zhilkin. So we'll fire it into the glove of the goaltender Bennett. And Hayden Bart's getting locked up with Betkowski a little bit. That'll be the end of the second. Well, a minute 44 seconds at 4-on-4. When we come out for period 3, a couple more conversations being had in front of the net down to our right. 12 shots apiece in that middle frame. We'll see what comes up here in the third period in a one-goal game. We'll take a break. Saginaw defenseman Xander Valeris will join us for Ice Level when we come back to start the second intermission. Back after this with Xander Valeris here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here. With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merc Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merc Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merc is here. Learn more at mercbank.com/mercperksplus. Member FDIC.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Unwind on a fall color tour or simply wander a while on scenic trails. Handpick ripe apples and pumpkins, savor warm donuts and fresh pressed cider, and slip into the coziness of harvest season. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
2-1 lead for the moment. Joining us down at ice level, Spirit defenseman Xander Valeris. And Xander, it's been a tight checking game, pretty physical here between this contest and last night's game against Erie. What's the feeling right now as things seem pretty tight?
It feels good. We're definitely battling out here, and we just need to get one.
You've been with Levi Harper for the last little bit. I know 7 defensemen. Everybody gets a different partner every once in a while, but he finds the back of the net. It's an exciting early OHL career for him. What do you see out of a young 16-year-old defenseman, Levi Harper?
He's a great player, smooth skater, really confident out there, and he can score. That's for sure.
And this right now, an interesting part of the year for you guys. Just how big of a lift was it to finally break through after some tough luck, I guess, for lack of a better term, goes against you guys. What was the feeling last night getting the 2 points against the Erie Otters?
I would just say it's a sigh of relief because we've just been so close throughout the whole year, and just breaking through last night was amazing, and I feel like we're going to build on that here.
You're in a 1-goal contest right now with the number 2 ranked team in the Western Conference. You got 20 minutes left, a little bit of open ice right now. What's the thought going into period 3?
Outwork them and score more goals than them.
Pretty good plan. Xander, appreciate the time, man. Good luck in the third.
Thank you.
That's Spirit defenseman Xander Valeris. The plan is simple. Right now, we'll take a break. 2-1 the score. We'll see what kind of highlights we have for you. A little bit more goals, or a few more goals than we had last time we talked at the intermission. We'll get Brad Waltz back into the conversation as well. 2-1 the score. We're back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906. Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber. Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Kathy Tapple to create your personal price plan today.
It's time for your intermission report from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Here's Dylan Clark.
Owen Sound, a 2-1 lead for the visitors right now. Take a look back at some highlights as we had a few more goals, a few more pucks at the back of the net in that second period than we did in the shutout first period. And we can say that word now because the shutout is no more for either one of these goaltenders. Trenton Bennett and Stepan Shurigan had their hands full. A couple of big saves early on to start the second. John Banks has been running things offensively for the Owen Sound attack, and Stepan Shurigan, it took 26 shots to beat him, but eventually the attack due. Bennett getting the long body save there on Nick Sema. He would actually have goaltending duties split with Matthew Kaprowski a little bit, but it would be Levi Harper breaking through. 5th goal of the season. He's now got points, 12 of them in 13 games here to start the early OHL career. And a turnover leads to one back the other way. Nicholas Sikora, 9th of the season, up past the glove of Stepan Shurigan. The attack would tie things up. They take advantage of a bit of a miscue as well on the Saginaw side of things. Pierce Bowie and David Bedkowski come up with the assists on the Tristan DeLille goal, and that's where we stand right now, 2-1 through 40 minutes of play. The shots were even in that second period as we take a look at our second intermission stats brought to you by Raymond. 12-12, a more heavy advantage, though, for Owen Sound in the game total. Nobody's found the back of the net on the power play. We'll bring it back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark, Brad Walsh, and Walsh was an extended chance on the power play for Owen Sound. They don't score on it, but they score 2 seconds after it to finally get themselves back on the board. You see the puck movement, the scoring opportunities. John Banks is in control on the blue line, whether on the power play or not here for Owen Sound.
Very impressive player. Defensive, obviously he's very mobile and creates the majority of the offense. I mean, Owen Sound, they're sticking to their game plan, and they dump the puck in, relentless forecheck. Obviously, that's why they've been successful this year, 9-3 team. And once they get in the zone, it's Banks kind of running the show, and a couple of other players.
We talked about mistake-free hockey in the second period. You're not going to be able to play that forever. Saginaw, a couple of mistakes, pucks end up in the back of the net. Just from a situational standpoint, the puck off the glove for Graydon Jones. It's a tough read to make, a pressure situation as the puck's up in the air. Just from a defenseman standpoint, kind of walk us through that play.
Right. Obviously, I mean, a 50-50 puck like that, you want to be on the defensive side and, err on a bit of caution. At that same token, your teammates got to recognize that you're going up for a 50-50 puck, and you should get on your horse and get back because, like we said, Delisle's one of those players you don't want to give that opportunity to, and he made us pay.
Kind of a unique situation. We saw the skate blade get knocked out of Trenton Bennett's skate, so Matthew Kaprowski comes in, and again, the thinking there is an opportunity for the Spirit. You come in, you get a chance to shoot on a cold goaltender that hasn't played a game since October the 4th, and instead 2 pucks in the back of your net. So I guess if anything, this game stays unpredictable.
Right. I mean, Kaprowski, a little good luck charm for Owen Sound. It was 2 quick ones after he came in, and obviously a little, it's not as easy for a goalie to swap out a wheel like that. I mean, the whole pillow's got to come off. It was interesting to watch, that equipment manager get it taken care of. But wild things can happen. I'm excited for the third.
Yeah, good third period shaping up. And again, for the Spirit, being outshot right now, this is the second-ranked team in the Western Conference. It's a tough weekend for Saginaw. Owen Sound tonight, Windsor tomorrow. But right now, you look at it, it's a 1-goal contest going into the third period. They've done a lot of things right. What are the small habits they can stick to here to start out the third period?
I think just get some offense going for Saginaw. Obviously, they need a goal, and they got to do what they're good at. Like I said, Owen Sound's got their identity. Saginaw's more of a skilled playmaking team, so they got to get down there and have those skilled guys make something play.
Well, there's going to be a lot of room out there for the skilled guys. You got 1:44 seconds at 4-on-4. Jacob Kluche in the penalty box for the embellishment penalty at the tail end of that period. But we'll see what shapes up for us to start the third period. We'll take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard on the other side of this break. It's brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. We're back after this, and you're home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At My Michigan Health, we are committed to our purpose of creating healthy communities together each and every day. It is an honor to serve our neighbors by improving access to care, investing in local organizations and initiatives, identifying and addressing the needs of our communities, and working alongside students seeking a future in healthcare. Together, we can build healthier communities for today and long into tomorrow. My Michigan Health, your go-to place. Learn more about us at mymichigan.org.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to plane surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high-performance science. Every second counts, and every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us. For a piece of the schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
Resource and invite you to education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Coverage 2-1. Owen Sound's got the lead over Saginaw right now. Nicholas Sikora and Tristan DeLille, the two attack goals. Levi Harper opened the scoring for Saginaw. Let's take a look around the rest of the OHL. Your out-of-town scoreboard being brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. A couple of games that have already wrapped up. We talked about Brampton and the North Bay Battalion, a 2-1 victory for the Steelheads. Kieran Witkowski, goal and an assist. First star honors. How about Zach Bowen? 37 saves on 38 shots. Parker Von Richter, a couple of assists in that game as well. 3-1. Brantford takes the win over the Oshawa Generals. More goaltending. Heroics David Egorov, first star of that game with 24 saves on 25 shots. Owen Griffin was the only guy to beat him, his 9th goal of the season. Then it was 3 unanswered. Sam McHugh, Aidan O'Donnell, and Merrick Van Acker to round things out for the Brantford Bulldogs, whom the Spirit will see in this building coming up next weekend, one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. Niagara 4-1 over the Kingston Frontenacs. That's into the books, a final score there. Wraith Smith, Riley Patterson had a pair, and Hayden Reed would ensure things on an empty netter with the 4-1 victory there for Niagara. The Flint Firebirds have opened things up on the Erie Otters, to say the least. Alex Kostov, Chris Thibodeau, Darian Anderson, Jimmy Lombardi, and Chase Hall, 5 unique goal scorers. They are out to a 5-0 lead, a 29-11 shot advantage right now. Firebirds are 2 for 3 on the power play. Things going a little bit sideways here as Erie makes their way through mid-Michigan. 3-1, Barrie up on Kitchener right now on home ice. 3 unanswered goals. Brad Gardner, Eamon Edgar, and Kayshawn Aitchison, who just recently set the scoring record by a Colts defenseman. He's got his 7th of the year. Spirit are no strangers to what Kayshawn Aitchison can do offensively. 3-1 the score right now between Barrie and Kitchener. Quick peek at the Western Conference standings and where everybody currently sits. Saginaw has just recently fallen out of the OHL's power rankings. Owen Sound started out the year in 16th. They are currently in 3rd on those power rankings. They're 2nd in the standings right now. 19 points on the year. They are a little bit behind the Windsor Spitfires. The Spirit will see them tomorrow. They'd like to do that. They'd like to walk into the WFCU Center with a couple of points against a pretty darn good hockey team here in the Owen Sound attack. 9-3, 0-1 on the season. They lead their division. A tough challenge here in this third period. Saginaw looking to put some more points together and see if they can leapfrog the Flint Firebirds. That's a tough one. Your out-of-town scoreboard. And look at the Western Conference standings. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. We've got a 1-goal third period here in Saginaw on a Saturday night. Things have been tight going into third periods recently. This is not going to be any exception, so some good hockey coming up for you. Third period here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today, the disability experts in your community.
Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh and Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff: taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear, with a team that plays to win.
Mi Gente on Air.
Nationwide, it's a difficult time for Latinos. I'm your host, Larry Rodarte. This week, Angel Gomez from Chesney talks about why he started the Latino caucus of the Saginaw Democratic Party and why it's important. Join us.
Mi Gente on Air, Saturday mornings at 5 and Sunday evenings at 8 on WSGW and online at WSGW.com. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW. Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
The visitors scored 2 quick goals. They've got the 2-1 lead right now, and they're looking for their first win in this building since March of 2023. Is a 6-4 win in the last game of the regular season. 5 straight wins by the Saginaw Spirit since then. Saginaw would like some momentum going into a Sunday contest against Windsor. We start the third at 4-on-4. Jacob Kluche in the box for Saginaw. Elliot Arnett for the Owen Sound attack, and they continue to hash out their penalties that they took at the end of the frame, a tripping and embellishing penalty. This one taken here by Klepov in the neutral zone for a Spirit team that'd like to get back into this game. Klepov had 5 points in the last meeting between these two. This is Greenberg trying to get away from Klepov. Greenberg with a lane towards the net, tied up. He's going to take a penalty. And it's just going to be a hooking call to Klepov. 31 seconds gone in this third period.
Lenny Greenberg kept the feet moving there and drew the call. Kept the puck outside, but yeah, Klepov kind of got under.
So the stick under the hands there, you understand the hooking call. But the legs were airborne there for a little bit. So if Jacob Kluche got the embellishment penalty for something similar, thought we would see something similar there, but it's a 4-against-3 power play here for Owen Sound for the next minute and 5. And here comes John Banks trying to take advantage. The shot goes off a leg, pinballing towards the net. Shuriken, well, he had it in his glove for a second. He just said, here you go, Sebastian Gervais. There's a chance now. Bowie, poke check there by Xander Valeris. Cole Zarowski tries to pull back. Zarowski for Pierce Bowie. Zarowski again with Gervais in front of him. Bowie the one-timer. That one turned out by Shuriken. He's been busy in this game. That's not going to change here in the third period. Pierce Bowie for John Banks. 35 left at the 4-against-3. 118 on the Saginaw penalty kill. Zarowski over. Banks has room. Opens a lane. Takes a shot, and that one off the shaft of Shurigan's stick. Puck to the boards. Tristan DeLille tries to pull this one out. Josh Glavin locking up there with John Banks, who goes down. Pops back up. This is DeLille. Back behind the net. Then Zarowski. Walks the line. Pushes over. Takes the shot. Turned out by Shurigan. Banks again. Kluche and Arnett will be out in the moment. Banks to the circle. One-timer. Zarowski. That one worn by Valeris. They keep the puck in and just throw it there where Josh Glavin's going to fire it off the glove of Banks. The Spirit battle it out. Here comes Kluche. Short-handed. Tries to cut back against Zarowski. Lost the puck. 31 seconds on the penalty to Nikita Klepov. Mason Ray guides it there for James Go. Partial block, and James Go goes awkwardly after that bump in boards. 15 seconds left on the Klepov penalty. Second power play chance here for Owen Sound tonight. Nancy, drop back, Crawford. Off the boards, Greenberg cutting in, and a good steal there by Jacob Kluche. He's going to have a short-handed chance with Harmer joining him. Kluche down the wing, takes a shot and scores! Not short-handed. Kluche ties the game at 2.
Just all-out effort by Jacob Kluche. I mean, that was a long chip, too. He had some heavy legs, but he was flying up the wall, and just a perfect shot.
So the Spirit survive. Gels top power play, and like you said, partner, the heavy legs on Kluche doesn't matter. Does what he can to get back, snaps that one over the glove of Bennett. Third of the season. Kluche hit a goalpost earlier in this game. He stays with it, and he's tying things up early here in this third period with his third goal of the season. Puck fired back into Stepan Shurigan's neck of the woods. Down for an icing. Unassisted, the goal to Jacob Kluche. And the opportunities are going to be few and far between here for Saginaw in this third period, so they got to take advantage when they have them.
Yeah, I mean, the goal, it was equally impressive, was the pocket pick there at the blue line.
7 points now for Kluche in his 10th game. And there's a lot of points on the ice right now between Barabanov, Klepov, and Zhilkin. No surprise that Chris Lazar goes with this group. Roberts takes Barabanov into the boards from behind. A delayed arm going up, but it does go up. And so the Spirit on a boarding penalty again. We'll head to the IBEW Local 557 power play. And Roberts, frustrated, he'll take a seat. Third IBEW Local 557 power play here for Saginaw. And you saw the hit. And a couple of seconds go by. But Saginaw does get that call. And it comes at a opportunistic time early in this third period. Good face-off win by Crawford as he tosses Barabanov out of the dot. Nelson in behind the goal. Barabanov hard on this puck. Crawford jousting there with Dima Zhilkin. Nobody can move this puck free. 3 on either side as Betkowski giving a couple of stingers to Barabanov right now. Zhilkin pokes it out. Klepov near side. The pass too far behind Harper. Now look out, a steal. Back the other way is Noah Nelson. A shorthanded breakaway. Handcuffed there by Harper. He's taken down and goes heavily into the boards. Play continues. Nelson's hurt. This is Barabanov. Back into the offensive end for the Spirit. Stops up. He takes a check. Harper, goal line, Zhilkin. Back to Harper. Between the dots, a broken play. Turned out by Bennett. Barabanov. Back for Harper. Over to Nikita Klepov, and then it's Harper again. Barabanov. Zhilkin. Bumper. Gervais shot gets blocked. Crawford kicks it up from skate to stick. More players go down behind the play, and a rolling puck is going to be fielded by the shortstop Shurigan. 59 seconds left on this Owen Sound power play. And a strange exchange here in the early going of the third.
A lot going on. Harper, I mean, that was a perfect stick lift. It was almost impossible to not take a penalty there. but I think he played it clean enough.
A little one-handed stick lift there from Levi Harper. Tough to see. And he just slides the right hand up, gets the lift, maybe an extra whack there on the right hand, and then the tires go out for Noah Nelson. And it was a heavy collision with the end wall there, and Nelson, I believe, no worse for wear on the Owen Sound bench. So a defensive zone face-off here to the right of Stepan Shuridan. Gervais kicks this puck back for Barabanov and then Levi Harper. And on top of all that, he gets the scoring opportunity after making that defensive play. And here he comes again. Harper leads it back in. Give and go with Gervais. Rising backhander. Harper didn't miss by much. Lepov into the skates. Gervais rolling puck. Guess who keeps it in? Harper for Barabanov. Back to Levi Harper. Over to Klepov, low in the circle. A little stumble. Lost his balance, but he gets the puck to Harper. Throws it through. Gervais turns, and a brilliant glove save there. Stabs that one out of the air. Trenton Bennett gets the stop.
Number 4 for Saginaw, Levi Harper, has just been an absolute stud tonight. And pretty much the whole season. I mean, what a find Levi Harper's been.
A couple of smooth skating defensemen making things interesting here. Harper for Saginaw. It's been a great game out of John Banks. Still 27 seconds left on this Spirit power play. The second unit comes out, and Sema frustrated. He's going to get tossed from this draw. Brody Papoy has joined he and Jacob Klute up front on this power play. James Go and Ryan Hanrahan are staples on the second unit. The bouncing puck going to come right out to Hanrahan. Wheeling back around. Papoy jams it under. Klute taken into the boards by Bedkowski. Sema enters the corner battle too. There with Elliot Arnett. The puck comes free. Papoy, backhanded pass. Nobody was there. Nelson trying to get away from Nick Sema. This will do it for the Roberts penalty. Both teams 0 for on the power play. Owen Sound 0 for 2, Saginaw 0 for 3. This one picked up by Greenberg back in behind Bennett. Then back around. Crawford. Punched by Glavin. The turnover. Papoy can't make anything of it. There is John Banks. Laid back in for Greenberg with Hanrahan tying things up. Banks the backhanded pass for Nelson. Glass into the air. Up to the neutral zone. Brody Papoy gets some help from Sema. Jammed up in front of the penalty boxes. Can't wave that in on the backhand quite as hard as he wanted to. Sema goes back to the bench on a change. Banks finds Greenberg. And it's poked up at the line. Just enough to say that the attacker offside. 14-16 to go here in the third. Owen Sound is on to Flint tomorrow. They'll wrap up their trip here through Michigan. They'd like to do it with a couple of more points. Still lots of time here in this third period. The attack, when leading after 2, as they were in this game, 6-0 this season. Saginaw has a big-time collision into the net. 14:07 left, and in a considerable amount of trouble right now. Blake Barnes is slow getting back up, but he does get back up. Back to the bench, Barnes. No worse for wear. Good to see him back to the bench under his own power. He's got tied up with the net there. So they'll make sure that everything is attached to where it needs to be on the net. Get another look at this. Barnes just pushed into the net there from Crawford. Getting a little extra attention on the bench from Saginaw's athletic therapist, but look out, a chance in front of the net. Great save by Shurigan after DeLille was given a gift. Back up the board, Satan. Muscles this one out to center. Saginaw hits the line with 3. Harmer, the quick release. Blocker save Bennett. Puck to the corner. DeLille one-hands this ahead for Zorowski. Hit by Barch. Braden Jones steals and Bowie goes sliding. Just lifts this back into the attack end, and Liam Stortz got in behind everybody. Beats out any chance at an icing. Noah Roberts one-hands it up the wall. Bowie settles it down and flips it in. Shurigan out of his net to play it. Puck there for James Go, and now Igor Barabanov. Approaching the midway point of the third period. That puck a little too high in the air. Zhilkin's going to chase after it. No icing. He's back behind the net. Stumbles, but stays with it. Backhands it up. James goes. Cycled back down low. Nelson jams it out past Barabanov, and now this one back in. Chopped ahead by Nicholas Sikora. Barabanov, a little trouble. Nelson whacks it in front. Nobody home in red. Barabanov takes a whack from Michael Deck. This is Klepov. Powers through the stick of Deck into the offensive end. Klepov to the circle. Rising shot. That just caught the shoulder of Trenton Bennett. There was a window there. Klepov couldn't quite find it. As this puck chopped in deep by Levi Harper. Zhilkin to the top of the zone. Rolls through into the slot. Saved by Bennett on the long-range chance from Zhilkin. Puck into the circle again. Worked out by Harper. Barabanov. Hugged by Deck. Klepov. Stick lift. Zhilkin the pass. He finds Harper all alone in front of chance for Barabanov. And now swinging a miss from Valeris. This is going to be a chance for Sikora. Nicholas Sikora ahead against Shurigan. Saved by the Spirit netminder. And a rebound chance stopped as well. The danger's not done. This is Banks into the circle. Takes a shot and that turned aside by Shurigan. Nelson down. Banks out of the corner. Shurigan got some contact. Banks at the top of the zone. One-time chance off the outside of the goal from Sikora. Zhilkin's going to put him into the boards. This is Klepov off the glove of Greenberg and backhanded in by Barabanov. Greenberg gets the puck from his goaltender, Bennett. Saginaw waiting patiently. Nancy starts the breakout for Owen Sound. The drop pass back for Greenberg. The swing over for Banks. Dumped back in. Glavin for Saginaw. Barch around. Harmer wants to hit Cloutier with speed. Back up through the neutral zone. Reeled in by Gervais down the wing and a snapshot. Pad save, rebound, he scores! Cloutier's got another one! And the Spirit jump ahead at 3-2.
What a hockey game this is turning into. I mean, exciting stuff. Cloutier, again, just goes hard as he can to the far post. Rebounds there and tucks it up under the bar.
Textbook pass off the pads from Sebastian Gervais. Bennett leaves a rebound hanging out, and Cloutier gets it up. Bennett would have been over there with the leg pad and the glove. Cloutier gets it up and over. Got his second goal of the hockey game. And Saginaw back in front with 11:20 to go in the third period. This goes back down for an icing with 11:14 to go. We'll let you catch your breath. 3-2 Saginaw off a couple of goals from Jacob Cloutier. We're back to the Dow Event Center after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Now Event Center 3-2. Saginaw's got the lead. We've seen a couple of goals in the last few minutes on the Saginaw side. And Stepan Shurigan, a couple of big-time saves that make sure they mean something. At his acrobatic best, 33 stops so far for Stepan Shurigan. That's allowed Jacob Cloutier a couple of goals to give the Spirit the 3-2 lead. Sixth multi-goal game of Jacob Cloutier's career. And here come the Owen Sound attack. They're not going to go away quietly. Max DeLille. Poked wide by Dima Zhilkin. Back down the boards. Micus couldn't turn a chance there. This is Landon Jackson. Jackman, rather. This one pulled back in behind the net. Max DeLille. Back for Rogers. Point shot off the shin guards of Barabanov. A hot rebound. Almost came back in front. Shurigan unleashes the goal stick and throws it up the glass. Barabanov. Back through for Nikita Klepov. Twisting over the line. It's taken into the wall. Braden Rogers. Poke check there by Barabanov. Mikas to clear the zone and bring up an icing with 10:24 to go here in the third. The physicality turning up here in the third period. It's going to continue to do so. Sebastian Gervais and Carson Harmer pick up the assists on the second Cloutier goal. And for Gervais, he's hit a bit of a stride here. Just one goal in his first 10 hockey games to start his over 8 season for Sebastian Gervais. 3 goals and 2 helpers now for 5 points in his last 3 hockey games. And a helper on the go-ahead goal here tonight. Ryan Hanrahan wheels this around. Levi Harper keeps it alive inside the line. A long shot gets blocked. Hanrahan out of the corner. Hit by Max DeLille. Hanrahan back and forth he goes. DeLille closes him off. Seema to come and give some help. Somebody's without a stick. Hanrahan pulls it off the wall towards the middle. Hanrahan diving, trying to keep it in front of himself. Jammed to the wall. Valeris had to retreat to the neutral zone. Seema keeps it in. Shatan with Hanrahan heading towards the net. Cut off there by a sliding Rogers. Puck at center. Seema hollering for it. They try to catch the attack changing. Seema walks in off the cuff of the glove there. And a rebound chance stopped by Bennett as well. And Seema late to the pile. Ryan Hanrahan collects himself. It is all Saginaw right now with 9:36 to go in the third period. Trenton Bennett, it's his turn to try and hold the door shut.
And that line for Saginaw just creating a lot of chaos. Hanrahan all over the ice. Puck battles up against the wall, back and forth. It's what it's all about, Dylan. This is a hockey game.
Glancing blow there. Bedkowski got a piece of Hanrahan in the mid-slot. You're absolutely right. 9.5 to go in the third. Pierce Bowie's able to spin this puck out to center. James Go spins and finds Graydon Jones. Gervais is going to beat out what would have been an icing. There was some confusion and yelling. Harmer said he jammed it in. Doesn't matter. As Cloutier's got it. 2 already tonight. Pushed off the puck. Pierce Bowie looking for Zarowski. Jones steals. Back ahead. It's just angled in by Gervais. Elliot Arnett back behind the Owen Sound goal. Zarowski. It'll bounce over the skate of Harmer. Tried to keep it in. Tristan DeLille one-on-one against James Go. A sweeping shot. It's kicked out by Shurigan. Out of the corner, Harmer. There for Jacob Cloutier. Carson Harmer again at center. And the dump back in. Jilkin's line is out for Saginaw. John Banks flips it in. Back behind Shurigan. Barnes, first shift since the collision with the net. Nice little pass there by Josh Glavin to get out of danger. Barabanov up the right side. This is Klepov. A lot of bodies hit the line all at once. So Greenberg's taken into the corner by the Saginaw defenseman Barnes. This one scooted back around to Banks. Off the board, Sikora. Glavin takes over for Saginaw on a backhanded pass held by Barabanov. Up the middle, trying to spring Klepov. He's got a step. Nikita Klepov towards the net, just handcuffed there. Got the sticks there from Greenberg and Banks. Barabanov from the wall. Up to the air goes Greenberg. Bouncer gets away from Xander Valeris. Harper's on it. Turning puck off the glass past Nelson and Barabanov. Now this is Rogers. Back in front of his own net. The attack go to the air. Jilkin. Back away from Nelson. Off the glass. In front of the Spirit bench. Will they say it hit a Spirit player? 7:32 left in this third period. He's on face-off, comes to the right of Stepan Shurigan. The Cloutier line comes back out again. Crawford against Sebastian Gervais here on this face-off. One back by the attack at the left point. This one into traffic, tip just wide by Ray. Oh, right on the doorstep. Doesn't get much closer than that. Nancy keeps it alive. Crawford. Wide past James Go. Takes him into the wall. And the puck pulled out here by Gervais. Outlet pass. Cloutier can't find Harmer. Gervais following on. The Spirit get it into the neutral zone. Down the left side. Gervais with Cloutier heading towards the net. Tied up there by Roberts. Loose puck in front. Jones trying to make something out of nothing there, and now this is Kluche. Up the boards he goes. The pass looking for Harmer was disrupted by Nancy. It was all over Harmer on the track back into the Spirit end. Puck back up. Now this is Jones leading the charge for Gervais. Long shot, stick saved by Trenton Bennett as Jones collects himself after a hit in the corner. Nancy tries to push past Ryan Hanrahan. Owen Sound into the offensive end. James going the takeaway. Knocked into the wall by Crawford. Ray pursues Gervais. Point shot. Kicked off the skate of Jones and into the netting. 6:32 left in this third period. And this faceoff comes exactly where that whole exchange began. The far side faceoff circle, Graydon Jones getting back to the Spirit bench now. Miroslav Shatan against Tristan DeLille. The attack have another offensive zone face-off win. Here comes Banks trying to drive past Sema. Backhand shot in front, stopped by Shurigan, and a rebound chance too. And he's on top of the loose puck. And a little bit more after between Josh Glavin and whichever attack player's underneath him. Pierce Boo is not a fan of how long Josh Glavin stayed on top of him. And again, Glavin and Bowie have had their fair share of battles in this game, and they've all come right in that blue crease around Shurigan. Bowie does still get an extra poke at that puck. Comes back with a punch there on Glavin, and a little pin down to the ice from 5 in white. Good battles between those two all game long. This is picked up by Bartz and moved to Shatan. Then Sema out of his skates, just able to ramp it in. Miroslav Shatan for Ryan Hanrahan. Bartz at the blue line to Glavin. Takes a shot, that gets blocked. The rebound off Glavin's skates. There to Bowie. Zarowski has Glavin beaten 2-on-1, looking to go over to DeLille, and that goes under his stick. Back in front. Kicked out by Bartz. Ryan Hanrahan up to the air. Glove down by Sema. Shatan is there. They'll say a hand pass. 5:49 left in regulation. A 1-goal lead for the home team. 3-2 Saginaw. We're back after this. You're on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
This is Christiana Malagata, your host of That's What She Said. This week, we're talking with a woman who knows what she wants and plans ahead. Cody Kuczynski spills the tea on looking towards the future, finding fulfillment, and having grace when things just aren't working out. Tune in.
That's What She Said with Christiana Malakata. Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday evenings at 6 on WSGW and online at WSGW.com.
Hi, this is Sebastian Gervais, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center. 3-2. Saginaw's got the lead. 5:49 to go in the third period. The Spirit looking to string together consecutive wins for the first time this season. Owen Sound trying to make sure their game does not end in a third consecutive loss. Elliot Arnett back behind his goaltender. Michael Deck, who had 3 assists against Saginaw back on October the 4th. Can't get this puck out. This is Levi Harper. Down the right side, taken down. Play continues. The whistle's away here in the third period. Nelson's pass taken by Bedkowski, and it's going to go off the stick and into the crowd with 5:14 left here in this third period. We'll drop the puck at center again. Things are tight here in the third. And there is a lot riding on this game, or at least a lot more, it would feel, than you'd expect for an October Saturday. Spirit team that's lost a handful of coin flips still managed points, but a lot of overtime losses here to start this season has them further down in the standings than they would have anticipated. Puck back and behind the Spirit net. Still 5 minutes left in regulation. They protect the 1-goal lead. Often against this Owen Sound team, that is not enough. Puck in the neutral zone for Klepov. James Go up for Dimazhilkin. One of the attack players lost an edge, so a chance in front. Great, and Jones alone. One pass too many for Barabanov. And then again, it's Noah Roberts. Blows a tire for the second time on this shift. He's got skate issues. This is handled by Shurigan for James Go. Pass angle back in by Jones. John Banks off the board. Zarowski spins it there. Tristan DeLille, one of the Owen Sound goal scorers, and a long shot fluttering towards the net by Bowie. That's handled by Stepan Shurigan. For another save here, give him 37 on the game. 4:17 left in this third period.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Owen Sound wants it. I mean, they're playing hard. It's been such a great hockey game tonight. And they're going to pour it on these last 4 minutes.
Shots right now, a 11-10 lead for Saginaw here in the third period. But again, 16-6 for Owen Sound in the first. That's what got them their considerable shot advantage. Here's Bowie out of the corner. Rim back underneath. Harmer's got to chase it against Greenberg. Harmer for Kluche. Just out the center. Off the boards. No icing here as Banks gets in ahead of Saginaw's Gervais. Inside 4 minutes left. Banks for Tristan DeLille. Chipped into the offensive end. Lavin there for Saginaw. Carson Harmer off the boards, but not out. Kept in by Greenberg. Zarowski down to the goal line. Bowie up high. Greenberg. 3.5 to go, and a point shot is gloved and held by Stepan Shurigan. More of a crowd afterwards. Kluche in the middle of this mix. And for the way this game has gone for Jacob Kluche, he'd like to stay out of the penalty box here with 3.5 to go. 37 saves right now for Stepan Shurigan. That is the high watermark of his young Spirit career here.
I can't help but not still be bothered by these those embellishment calls. I mean, is it a penalty or is it embellishment? I mean, what do they call it? Embellishment?
Well, see, that was like yesterday at this point.
Can't stop thinking about it.
Carson Harmer taken back to the Saginaw bench right now, having a conversation with one of the Owen Sound players. It's a heated debate right now. Sebastian Gervais down to our right, going to take this D-zone face-off. Kluche and Harmer holding court right now on the Spirit bench. The face-off clawed back by Gervais. Harper can't get it out, but he gets a bit of a mulligan here off a body. Up to Miroslav Shatan. Wide into the circle. Skate save. Long rebound off of Bennett. Gervais can't turn that into anything. This is Max DeLille. Locks shoulders with Xander Valeris. Owen Sound back in. 3 minutes and some change here left in this third period. Gervais takes a punishing check from Max DeLille. Bedkowski at the blue line. Sema. Shot blocked, so it ends up in the corner. Nelson on that puck for Owen Sound, taken by Saginaw's Harper off the glass to center. Rogers, the bump to the middle. Max DeLille tied up with Valeris. Taken here by Dimazhilkin. Up for Nick Sema. Two attack defenders ahead of him. Sema takes the shot. Easy blocker save there by Bennett, but the rebound can't be handled by Barabanov. Rogers, stick lift by Saginaw. Sema. Jones for Barabanov. Throws it back in, and that allows a Spirit line change, and almost. Again, Roberts, a little trouble there. Boy, he just got to stick up high from Zhilkin. This puck spun back up. Jones for Dimazhilkin inside the offensive end. Spirit might have gotten away with one there. This is Rogers back in behind the Owen Sound goal. Approaching the final 2 minutes here of regulation. Puck drifts in on Shurigan. Not going to mess around with that one. 2:01 left in regulation. Face off in the Spirit end. Trenton Bennett is looking towards the Owen Sound bench. He's going to stay in the crease right now. We might have a timeout coming up here for Owen Sound. And the attack will use their timeout here with 2:01 to go. 3-2 the Saginaw lead. Levi Harper, his 5th goal of the season to get the scoring started. Owen Sound would respond quickly later in that period. Nicholas Sikora at 16:59, Tristan DeLille at 17:40 to take a 2-1 lead into the dressing room. But Jacob Cloutier, the 3rd period has belonged to him. 3rd and 4th goals of the season. And that's where we sit right now, and so the whiteboards can come out for both teams.
Cloutier, yeah. Odds-on favorite for first star.
Stepan Shurigan has been busy in this game as well. 39 saves. Trenton Bennett is on the bench right now for Owen Sound. He stopped 28. Extra attacker is on, 6-on-5 with 2:01 to go here in regulation. Puck off the draw, goes to the boards. The Attack have not lost 3 in a row this year. They don't want to start tonight. Greenberg into the circle. Sikora, the rising shot, hits the glass. Takes a strange bounce. Turnaround chance there by Bowie. Goes wide out the other way. Sikora slips this one back up to Greenberg. Turned, and that was almost read well by Harmer. Back to the corner. Bowie underneath Crawford. Hassled there by Gervais. This is Sikora, taken away by Saginaw's Gervais. Looking for the empty net. That's just pushed wide. And so icing called here with 1:24 left. Small margin of error there for Sebastian Gervais. Again, 5 points now in his last 3 games, including the assist on the go-ahead goal for Jacob Cloutier. Gervais to take this face-off here against Crawford. Dead even at 50%, 10 of 20 going into that one. Bowie pulls it out. This is Greenberg. Zorowski off a skate. Bowie there. That one just tied up at the last second by Harmer. Cloutier tripped up in the neutral zone. He's drawn a penalty. This one thrown off a skate towards the empty net. It wouldn't take the turn. Harmer just at the goal line. He wants to feed Cloutier. And there it is. Jacob Cloutier. First hat trick of his OHL career into the empty net to make it 4-2. Fitting for 42.
Good for Kluch. He deserved it. He's played hard all day. His buddy Harmer, I know, was looking for 42. Get that 3rd goal of the night. And what a hockey game. What a win for Saginaw. Obviously, things can happen. 1:06 left in the game, but
give Harmer credit for holding his feet as long as possible. He got blown up after he makes that pass by Zorowski, but Jacob Cloutier puts it into the empty net. And they'll mop up some of the hats here inside the Dow Event Center. 5 multi-goal games last season for Jacob Cloutier. First career hat trick in the Ontario Hockey League. Could be an exclamation point here. 1:06 left. And of course, his buddy Carson Harmer gets the assist for the 2nd time tonight. Puck into the boards. Still 60 seconds here in this one. Xander Valeris takes the check. This is Nick Sema out to center. And it goes off the glove of Elliot Arnett. Bedkowski out from behind the Owen Sound goal. Up through center. Sema on him. This is back in front. Loose puck. Elliot Arnett takes a shot. Stopped by Stepan Shurigan. And he hangs on. And now Xander Valeris is going to get a hug from David Bedkowski. We talked about their history at the start of this game. 36.8 to go. A couple more feathers in the cap for Stepan Shurigan here. 40 saves in this game. So Gervais' line comes back out here at the tail end of the 3rd. Chris Lasry not happy with Miroslav Shatan right now on the Saginaw bench. Luke and Harmer back out too. Shot swept wide off the face-off there from Jake Crawford. Harmer gets a bouncing puck out to center. Kluche, another steal. Elliot Arnett coming after him. 22 seconds left in period 3. An entertaining Saturday night of hockey here in Saginaw. These guys will try to get a couple more hits in on one another. But with 10 seconds, Carson Harmer skates it out to center. Make it 6 in a row against the Owen Sound attack for Saginaw. Back-to-back wins to start the weekend. Not a bad way to start a 3-on-3. Jacob Klutze, the hat trick. Stepan Shurigan, 40 saves. There's a lot to cheer about here inside the Dow Event Center for the second straight night. Shots dead even at 14 apiece here in the third. They were dead even at 12 apiece in the second. Owen Sound 16-6 in the first period. And so the Spirit netminder had to weather quite the storm. Did a pretty darn good job. 4-2 the win. Some hugs for your goaltending partner. 2 more points in the bank for the Saginaw Spirit. And they are off to Windsor to meet the top-seeded Spitfires tomorrow. We'll take a break. 3 stars. Talk about the offense. A little bit more goaltending talk, of course. We're back after this. Post-game coverage coming up after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Mid-Michigan K9 Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan K9 Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Recognize that sound? That's your heart racing when law enforcement catches you for drunk driving. Truth is, it's happening more and more these days. Cops are cracking down all across America. If you drive drunk, it's more likely than ever you will get caught and you will be arrested. So don't take any chances. If you're drunk, do not get behind the wheel. And maybe you could avoid feeling like this. Drunk driving, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Your WSGW morning team.
A tractor trailer collided with another vehicle, spilling thousands of hot dogs across the interstate, causing a large traffic jam. Responding authorities say, "We don't relish having to clean this mess up." Yeah. Okay, that's an easy one. Somebody wrote in an article that crews had to muster up the courage in order to... Okay, that's pretty good.
That passed my mind, too.
Yeah. Somebody else suggesting the crews were working quickly to help commuters catch up. Someone suggested that the police need to grill the driver of the truck to find out exactly what happened.
Well, you have to think someone's buns are on the line for this.
You see? And maybe that's it. Maybe it was just because it's the food everyone... In fact, if we had hot dogs for dinner last night, put them on the grill.
There you go.
Nothing ever spilled on the Pennsylvania highway, I can tell you that.
They weren't the discount Pennsylvania.
It's free hot dog day in Pennsylvania.
My kind of roadkill.
The morning team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
The Owen Sound attack, a hard-fought battle, and a 1-goal game heading into the third period. Owen Sound had been 6-0 to this point in the season. When that had been the case, the Spirit had had their trials and tribulations early on in the year, but we knew one thing, and it was that an exciting third period was coming our way. Take you back through some of the highlights. A turnover and some opportunistic play. The third period belonged to one Spirit player in particular. Maybe another. Stepan Shurigan had his fair share of action to start things off. It could have been a much wider margin on the Owen Sound lead had it not been for Stepan Shurigan, who made 14 stops in that third period alone. But Jacob Kluche out of the penalty box, back the other way. Heavy wrist shot past the glove of Trenton Bennett. That would tie the game up for Saginaw. His third goal of the season, he wouldn't stop there. Sebastian Gervais, 5 points in his last 3 games, picks up the assist, the pass off the pads, and 42. Had his second goal of the game. Saginaw had its first lead since the midway point of the second period. And the empty net goal, Carson Harmer pays a physical price on that hit by Cole Zarowski. And Jacob Kluche has his first career hat trick in the Ontario Hockey League. Goals number 3, 4, and 5 on the year for Cloutier. What a game, what a third period, what a night. As it's 42 here inside the Dow Event Center. Final stats brought to you by Raymond. There you see the third period belongs to Jacob Cloutier and Stepan Shurigan as well. We'll bring you back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark, Brad Walsh. Walshy, we talked about it in the second intermission. What did this hockey team need to do to start out the third period? You and Xander Valeris both had very similar answers. Simply put, it was score goals.
Right. They did that. I mean, what a game. I mean, we're lucky. I'm lucky enough to share the booth with you, best view in the house, and that had everything you wanted.
It felt like a playoff atmosphere. I know that gets thrown around. That's overused, and hand up, I'm guilty of overusing that probably more than most, but really entertaining, really fast pace. They let him play in that third period. It got a little nasty. We saw some great hits. We saw some stick work. We saw guys getting in each other's grill. I think that's exactly the kind of game that the Spirit team needed at this point in the year.
Yeah, and to pull off a big win right after what they did yesterday, I mean, sets the stage for tomorrow and another big test.
We'll take a look at some standout performers. We've already basically given you 2 of them to this point in the postgame. Let's take a look at our 3 stars of tonight's contest, brought to you by Applebee's.
Well, no surprises. Levi Harper, Stepan Shurigan, and Jacob Cloutier. I mean, he had his feet moving and kind of dominated that third period, and heart and soul guy.
12 points now in 13 games to start his OHL career for Levi Harper. Stepan Shurigan, 40 saves tonight, 31 saves last night. He's got a .947 save percentage on the weekend so far. And you better believe he's probably going to see action tomorrow afternoon against the Windsor Spitfires. First career hat trick for Jacob Cloutier. How do you not walk away with a number 1 star after that? Applebee's 3 stars of the game. And the road ahead for Saginaw, brought to you by Applied Innovation. It's a busy weekend, but boy, will it be a worthwhile one. We'll see what they can do up at the WFCU Center tomorrow, 4:05. Puck drop. We'll have pregame for you on WSGW at 3:50. You can still watch on Flow Hockey. It just won't be us talking to you. Then it's back home, another homestand, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday to start out the month of November. Flint for the Halloween game. Saturday, November the 1st against the Windsor Spitfires, our Education Appreciation Night, and then Robotics Night on Sunday, November 2nd against the Brantford Bulldogs. So the challenges, they're not going away. Bitter rival in Flint next Thursday, 2 games against the number 1 team in the West, and then the Beast from the East in the Brantford Bulldogs. Your Applied Innovation look ahead. Some fun hockey coming up for the Saginaw Spirit pretty soon. An entertaining Saturday night from the Dow Event Center. That's it from this building for the next little while. Andy Harrington, our broadcast technical director, for Brad Walsh and all of our folks here on the broadcast side of things. Thanks to them and thanks to you. My name's Dylan Clark. Good night, Saginaw. We'll talk to you next time.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com.